What's happening, everybody? I just realized I forgot my water. I was just sitting here getting ready to do all this stuff, and I was like, shit, I forgot my water. I got my coffee, though, so I should be okay for a minute. Eventually, I'm going to have to go get my water, though. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys have been trying to stay sane, because it is not sane out there. There is a lot of insanity out there. Just fucking balls to the wall, just going as crazy as possible right now. We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of Kash Patel today. Crazy Eyes Kash, actually. I should get... Let me see. Let's see. I got to find this thing real quick while we're talking here and getting ready to go. Because there is a Kash Patel video everybody has to see. I sent it to Redunk. Redunk knows what I'm talking about. But it's like one of the funniest Kash Patel videos. It cracks me up. What is going on here? Here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Don't judge me. I forgot my water. My show isn't fully set up. There's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on, all right? Fucking lot going on today. All right, I think I got it. All right, look at me. I'm a fucking professional. You guys don't even know. I'm so professional. All right, there we go. All right, we're ready. We've got all this stuff queued up now. I swear. My Eagles beat the Chiefs. Barely. It wasn't great. Wasn't great, but we did win. Save water, drink tequila. I can't drink tequila during the week. I can't sleep when I drink alcohol. As I drink coffee. We're gonna be watching a lot of Kash Patel tonight. We'll be talking a lot about the Epstein files because that's what matters. I don't like the shooter suspect guy. It's interesting enough, but I'm not covering that shit. Everybody's covering that shit. If you want to read or watch videos on Charlie Kirk's alleged shooter and all that shit, go watch that shit somewhere else. But I'm not covering it. It's everywhere. It's brain rot. It's like insane to me that like people really can't wrap their head around the fact that like children's parents have failed them and kids are growing up in like fucked up situations with very nihilistic behaviors, and like they're literally being raised by the internet and meme culture. And I think it's actually like breaking people's brains, to be honest with you. I think people like look into every one of these shooter types and they're like, oh, it's going to be left, it's going to be right, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And it just like really like, I don't think people understand that a lot of these young people, they're just fucking nihilistic because like we failed them, to be fucking honest with you. The older generation failed them. Fucking there's climate change, the fucking politics are horrid, the job market sucks, we created AI, and we're like, why are people shooting each other? I don't know. These kids, fucking kids are out. It must be Call of Duty. It's all Call of Duty's fault. So I'm not covering that shit. That's my 2 cents on it. Young kids right now, like, if you're a parent, fucking spend some time with your kids, man. Stop fucking hanging out and fucking, doing whatever you're doing that keeps you from being a parent. Be your kids' role models. Then you have to worry about shit like this fucking being on the news one day and involving your family. So that's all I'm going to say about it is that, like, I think older people... adults, parents, failed our children. We just gotta do better. Be a part of your kids' lives. It's very important. But what we're covering, because it's still much better, so much better to cover. All right, so much better to cover is of course the Epstein files, because that shit's not going away. You can we can be distracted. You can toss shiny objects at us, squirrels crossing the road, all that shit. Not going to happen. We're sticking to what's important, and that's what's actually going on in this administration and all the fucked up shit that's going on from these people. That's what we care about. That's what we're talking about. We're going to continue going down that route. So today, let's talk about some of the things we got. This is the Kash Patel video, I guess. I want you guys to watch. We're going to watch this. The Destiny Piers Morgan video was hilarious. I saw a lot of people making videos about the Destiny Piers Morgan video. I did not watch it. I now see that Andrew Wilson is going on like CNN and Piers Morgan and shit. This fucking society is done, son. It is done, son. When you see Andrew Wilson, the fucking blood sports clickbait drama tube, they called him the co-host of the whatever podcast. God, the mainstream media has no idea what's going on in alternative media, and it's fucking hilarious to watch. But when you see Cornel West fucking debating Andrew Wilson, it's over. We're done. We need to go back. This society is stupid. People are stupid. We're done. How did we get here? This is the dumbest fucking timeline that has ever existed. If you would have told me that Cornel West is going to be debating fucking Piers Morgan. Okay, and let me just say this too, because I didn't watch it. I read it because I can't stand to watch this shit. But from what I understand, Cornel West was attempting to debate with Andrew Wilson whether or not Charlie Kirk was leading people to an inevitable violence through clickbait and hateful rhetoric that monetized rhetoric. And he doesn't even know who Andrew Wilson is. Obviously, Andrew Wilson's entire fucking thing is based around clickbait and monetizing people's hate. I'm like, I literally was reading that article going, oh, so Andrew Wilson's going to be the next Charlie Kirk. Fucking bet. Bet! Actually, I saw Ben Shapiro gave $1 million to Turning Point because it looks like Ben Shapiro is actually going to take over Turning Point now. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories that you can draw up from that one. I said I wasn't going to talk about this shit, but I did see this stuff. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories that you can draw up from Ben Shapiro all of a sudden being real interested in that Turning Point USA after his Daily Wire has been fucking falling off a cliff. A lot of conspiracy theories there for you guys, the conspiracy theory crowd. But it really does show how broken our society is when somebody on the level of Cornel West is debating it. And to his point, Cornel West is actually spot on. Fucking spot on with his argument that debate bro, clickbait, hate rhetoric is ruining society. And he couldn't even get a word in, as Andrew Wilson, I believe, called him a moron. It's the dumbest fucking timeline, guys. We need to shut the internet off. We need to all disconnect and just go back outside. There's no fixing this shit. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, all of them. What Redong just said. What Redong just said about being trapped and doubling down. That goes for everybody. That's why I'm the way I am. I just say whatever the fuck I want because I don't care. If people leave, they leave. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether or not people follow me or not. I don't. Like I said, I'd make more money literally getting a second job at McDonald's than doing this shit. Like, I could make more money in fast food than I do off of YouTube. Working like fucking an hour or two a day at McDonald's would make me more money. So I don't give two shits. I say whatever I want. It's fucking insane. But yeah, you're right. Every one of these people, like, I'm telling you, people complained about mainstream media. They're like, mainstream media is dishonest. Mainstream media only tells you what you want to hear. Mainstream media is just for entertainment. And then they turned alternative media into that, but bigger. Like, people don't recognize that every time you click on a Facebook post, you're generating revenue for the person who posted it. Like, they are incentivized to be the first on social media with posts and get you to share them. You have incentivized the entire culture to spread hate and disinformation. And here's the worst part. They don't ever have to retract anything. If they're wrong about something, the news cycle literally just overloads the fucking feeds, and no one ever has to say they were wrong. It's fucking broken. It's broken. We're broken. I do this for therapy, and I should be paying you. You're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right. I do owe you guys money. Thanks for the $5, fan, for my therapy session. Watch Idiocracy and pay attention to how stupid people reproduce and how smart people don't. That's how we got here. It really is prophecy. Yeah, 100%. I didn't have my first kid until I was 33? 31. I didn't have the kid, just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. All right? I didn't have the kid. All right? Just so you guys know. I don't have a uterus. No matter what the conservatives say, I don't have a uterus, guys. Thank you for the 99 cents, Tony. I appreciate you. Anyways. I actually agree, Perry. Social media platforms need to be accountable for what is published on their sites. It would definitely change all this shit. I'm telling you this right now. Fucking they don't want to be held accountable for this shit, because if they do, things would change. Things would probably get better. I'm all about free speech. I don't care. You can call me whatever name you want. You can say I'm dumb. You can call me an idiot, call me a bitch, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. You say, my sweet ginger skin is not made for the outside world. That's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't have a soul, so it's okay. But I do think that it was a mistake letting people on social media just go ahead and fucking spread misinformation. I think that might have been a mistake. I think we might be in trouble with that one. Oh, I didn't say hi to everybody. How did I not say hi to everybody? Scott! Haven't seen you in a minute, Scott. We beat you, Scott. That's 2 in a row, Scott. 2 in a row, Scott. That's right. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, let's say hi to everybody, because I didn't say hi to everybody. What's up, Roxanne? What's up, Liz? What's up, Alan? What's up, He Hurts? What's up, Moms Russo? What's up, Kelly Anderson? What's up, Woke Mike? Of course, what's up, Redunk? What's up, the people? What's up, 5 Alarm Fire? Now I've seen so many names now. Now I've lost myself. What's up, Tammy? What's going on, Tammy? What's up, Suzanne? Let's see. Nina Turner's Pet Dragon, thank you so much for being over there on Twitch. As always, I appreciate you. I saw Kimmel was canceled. Yeah, I did see that. Not canceled. I don't know if he's done for or if he's just being took off air for a little bit. Don Cron, what's going on? Let's see. Who else is out there? I know I'm missing some of you guys, so if I miss you, I'm really sorry. I forgot that I was supposed to shout people out. I got on here and just started talking. What's up, Bucket Kid? What's going on? Listening podcast style. I appreciate you. Let's see. Jin, what's going on? Jin, what's up, Dark Cash? Raskin destroyed Patel. I didn't queue up the Raskin video, unfortunately. I probably should have. What's going on, Oz? We have to be careful about what Charlie you're talking about, because Charlie, Moist Critical, becoming a part of my video watching spree here, and we've got one set up for ourselves. So we're gonna watch that at the end of the show. Okay. Facebook should be called Duckface with an F. Fuckface. I think you can say fuckface in my chat. think you can get away with that. I think you can get away with in my chat. I think you can say fuckface. I'm a special case. I think that YouTube lets it happen only on my channel. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Let's just watch this video real quick. I said this the other day. I said Kash Patel looks like the only brown man at a Klans meeting at all times. Just fucking. Why does he always look like that? Why does he always look like somebody showed him something that he did not want to see? Why does Kash Patel always look like he was like, we gonna get the Epstein files. I'm gonna show everybody what's going on. The Epstein files is so important. We got to get this shit going. And then he got in there, and then they queued up a video, and he watched that shit, and he was like, that's you, sir. And he's like, yeah. He's like, so, you're in the Epstein videos. Yeah. Why are you showing me this then? Because you ain't gonna tell anybody a goddamn thing. That's why. And now Kash Patel 100% looks like he has information on powerful people, and he is doing his best to not loosen his butthole and let it loose. He looks like at all times that these fuckers like played an incredibly fucked up prank on him by showing him the Epstein files and then telling him he cannot release a goddamn thing. So here you go. I want you guys to watch this. This is what I'm talking about right here. You guys ready for this one? You guys ready for this one? First of all, how tall is Kash Patel? Short king. He's a short king. I didn't know that Kash Patel is a short king, or is Pam Bondi 6'1"? You know, the funniest thing about this is the Charlie video that I queued up, guys. The Charlie video that I queued up. Didn't even mean to do this. Short guy freaks out over hills. Did not set this up in this manner. It's just the way the world works. Look at him. He's barely taller than Janine Pirro.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize
what is going on?
I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is
oh shit, this video is getting demonetized. I forgot about the song.
gone, but
look at him. This part right here. Dude, why is he flinching? Why did he flinch like that? Look, Janine Pirro isn't smiling. She just like fucking punking him, just staring him down. Look at this shit.
the valley of the shadow of death, I take a
Bro, I'm gonna say it, and you guys are gonna hate me for this one. All right, you guys are gonna hate me for this one. What if Kash Patel actually is like he's just a nice guy? What if he didn't know? What if Kash Patel was like legit thought that he was gonna fucking bring some child predators to justice, guys? What if he was just a nice guy and we're all just giving him all this shit, and this poor dude got suckered in to going into the White House. He's like, I'm gonna do something. This is gonna be good for America. I'm gonna do so much for people. And then he got in there, and they're like, you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. And poor Kash, like I don't know if you guys know this, but his wife's I think she's a country music singer. And all the crazy MAGA people think that she's a Mossad plant. All the crazy MAGA people. Here, MAGA. Whoops. MAGA. Here you go. Kash Patel's girlfriend is country singer Alexis Wilkins, who has become the subject of multiple conspiracy theories from figures within the same MAGA ecosystem that she and Patel are a part of. In August 2025, Wilkins filed a defamation lawsuit against podcaster and former FBI agent Kyle Serafin for claiming she was a honeypot agent for the Israeli intelligence agency Mossad. It's the fucking dumbest timeline. So when she was saying this, when she was talking about this, she was like, no, like, Kash is actually like a really nice dude. Like, she's like, he's like the nicest man I've ever met. And it just got me thinking. I was like, what if Kash Patel just got fucking, what if he did get honeypotted? What if she honeypotted him, bro? What if he was just a nice guy? Yeah, he's definitely still a dork. He heard says she is. I didn't know the Mossad was infiltrating country music circles. I mean, that makes sense. It does make sense. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. What is going on in this world? Come on, guys, we gotta go back. I told you, we've came full circle. We're MAGA now. We're like, can we make America great again? We're MAGA now. We're like, we gotta go back. No, we're about to watch how he talked to the Democrats in Congress. Mountain Bike, we don't know what kind of shit they have on him. All right? That's all I'm saying. Maybe he's talking like that because he has a carrot firmly planted inside of his anus. Okay? Mountain Bike. You don't know that. All right? You can't prove he doesn't. All right? Prove he doesn't. I want to see the proof that he doesn't have a carrot inside of his rectum. By the way, I will not accept any type of visual evidence. Okay? You can fake that shit nowadays. All right? I don't want to see it either. Just saying. Madison Cawthorn got honeypotted. He got honeypotted hard. They invited him to the Coke parties. All right, anyways. All right, past the funny part. We're past the funny part. All right. Moving on. All right, so we're going to talk about Kash Patel. And we're going to talk about the Epstein files and all that business. But first, after I said that about Kash's rectum, I got to play this.
Who explained sexual harassment to you and me? Sexual harassment, panda.
I'm headed straight to HR, guys. I'm really sorry about that. All right, so here it is. New Epstein's files reveal disturbing birthday letter. So many girls, so little time. A House committee recently released another batch of documents related to the investigation into notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, a case that has become a political lightning rod against President Donald Trump. On Tuesday, the GOP-led House Oversight and Government Reform Committee shared a press release about new actions in their investigation into the federal government's handling of the Epstein case. The release included 2 sets of material received from Epstein's estate. The first is scans of pages from the infamous birthday book that Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's convicted co-conspirator, put together for his 50th birthday. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about Massie. Massie named names, guys. Massie named names. So I hope you guys are fucking hang out for that. The second has a page from the book titled Contents, which has names such as former President Bill Clinton and attorney Alan Dershowitz. Another page appears to be a letter from Coco Brown, who calls herself Degenerate 1, and Epstein Degenerate 2, and contains such bizarre lines as, so many girls, so little time, and we vampires are supposed to age slowly. The release also included a transcript of a deposition given by Trump's former U.S. Attorney General William Barr in August, during which he argued that he understands why there has been reluctance from the Trump administration to release the Epstein files, despite vowing to do so. By the way, guys, it's just a hoax. Guys, stop talking about it. Why are we still talking about Epstein? He was a creep. You guys gotta stop talking about it. There's absolutely no reason to talk about Jeffrey Epstein anymore. That is old news.
I love the poorly educated.
Old news, guys. It's a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. Barr recalled having a conversation in which Trump said he had broken off with Epstein long ago and had pushed him out of Mar-a-Lago, which we all know 3 or 4 different stories as to why that happened, because Donald Trump is a liar and he can't keep his shit straight. The release comes as Trump continues to receive backlash for refusing to release the files and accusations that he is named within the documents, as he and Epstein's were friends for decades. So here's the actual letter. We're going to go to this because I want you guys to actually see the letter. And it's a little bit harder to read. But it says, "To Degenerate One, from Eaton Square to Barton Wing, from what is the name of that? St. Moritz to Palm Beach." I wish I could read this fucking thing. "Been a mere 2 decades is a long time. Are you there, Jeffrey? What is that? Why did they have to write why did they have to write it in cursive? I love seeing the people that fucking just like that do not want to like fucking admit that any of this is real. It's so crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys read that on your own time. Having a hard time reading that person's handwriting. We're gonna have to get an analysis. All right. The Oversight Committee, which has subpoenaed the Department of Justice for the files, shared its first batch of documents earlier this month, but the release was met with criticism as most of it was heavily redacted. Democratic members of the committee recently released a letter Trump allegedly penned for the birthday book, which included a doodle of what appears to be a naked woman and his signature scrawled in the place of pubic hair. And of course, this is what Donald Trump had to say about all this.
Your Justice Department is
This is Donald Trump's response.
Your Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them?
Keeping it open.
If they wanted to release,
people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that.
You know how ironic it is that he's wearing a Trump was right about everything while talking about the fact that he said he like literally ran on the Epstein files being real. Like, bro, your hat says it all. Like, if you are right about everything, then the Epstein files do exist, and there are a bunch of powerful people in there that don't want them to be released. 100%, you were definitely right about that thing.
Could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because
one more time.
A lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be.
One more time.
Open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be.
Oh my God. He just says the shit right out loud to these people's face. He said, what did he say the other day? He said, smart people don't like me. Fuck me. Oh.
I love the poorly educated.
Oh, Jesus. We need to go back. Hold on. What's with the squiggle writing? That's suspicious. Yeah, exactly what fucking Redonk said. You boomers made us learn the bullshit cursive and no one can read it. It's because they all have secrets, Redonk. Eaton Square is London. Okay, thank you. All right, you guys are helping me out. Side note, is it true you and Pep Talks are going to be stringing together again? I have made no promises of such. Nothing against Pep Talks. I haven't set up anything. Like, I already stream 3 times a week, have a full-time job, and have children and a wife. Like, I am barely capable to keep up with this news cycle. But yes, I will be trying to make guest appearances on people's shows when I do have the time and am not mentally exhausted from this shit. But yes, I will try to make another appearance on Pep Talk Show at some time in the future.
I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. I don't know anything about that, but I have said to Pam and everybody else, give them everything you can give them, because it's a Democrat hoax. That's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing.
God damn it, dude.
I love the poorly educated.
We are so cooked. We are so... You know what was a hoax?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Yeah, speaking of hoaxes, the man does know hoaxes.
It's a Democrat hoax. So we had the greatest 6 months, 7 months in the history of the presidency.
Brother, what? There are farmers that voted for you that are going fucking broke right now. What are you talking about? People being snatched off the streets. The only reason that the stock market is still propped up is because companies are doing huge buybacks based off of the trillions of dollars they are going to get in tax cuts over the next 4 years. What the fuck you mean this has been a good 6 or 7 months? A dude got shot in the neck like fucking a week ago at a college event. What are you talking about? 6 or 7 months.
And the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep bringing up that stuff. But it affected them. Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island.
Wait, if it's a hoax, then why are you talking about this part? I'm sorry. Y'all are dumb for liking this guy. Anybody that likes this guy, y'all are dumb. I'm sorry. I know that, like, y'all are the fucking feelings crowd and everything, but y'all are dumb as fuck. What the fuck, man? Like, how? And I mean that in the most definitive way. I'm not using dumb as a pejorative, guys. I'm trying to explain that there is some type of mental deficiency that is going on here for any person to listen to what the fuck this man is saying and being like, this shit is like high key, super fucking smart and shit. Okay?
Supposedly 28 times. I don't want to bring that up, frankly. You have Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Nobody ever talks about that. I mean,
I thought it was all a hoax!
no, but I don't want to hurt Larry Summers.
What the fuck? Bro, you just said his name in connection with Epstein, and then you're like, and I don't want to be saying any names or getting anybody in trouble, but Larry Summers. Larry Summers. His name is Summers, Larry Summers.
But he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. No, this is a Democratic hoax to try and get...
You went right back to it!
The significance of what we've done over the past 7 months. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They say it's #1 in history.
Who says that? Bro, no one says that. Oh, you gotta give him he lies with such confidence. The dude lies with I'm 100% he believes the shit he's saying. That part. Trump lamented that. You have a lot of people that could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be because he knew everybody in Palm Beach. It's a hoax. Guys. How do you fix this? I don't think you do. There is no fixing this, is there? We are off our rockers. The training wheels are gone. The Earth is careening through the universe without a star right now, guys. This motherfucker said some people say it's the #1 in the history of the world. How would you even quantify something like that? Guys. We don't fix this. It's broken. This shit is... they ain't enough Gorilla Glue in the world for this, guys. There ain't enough Gorilla Glue in the world to fix this shit. It is... Yeah, mental illness is a serious condition. Yeah, that's it. It's mental illness, and, I thought that we all could get, on the same page with this one. I thought that all the Trump supporters didn't blame guns for gun violence, that they blame mental illness. And I was like, oh, hold on. I'm in on this one. Y'all are right. I'll give it to you. Mental illness is bad. You guys don't like it because the guns are getting blamed. So you guys are about mental illness. I'm over here saying that y'all are mentally ill. So we both want to fix mental illness. And they're like, never mind. I don't know what to do. What kind of therapy fixes shit like this? What kind of therapy fixes this shit, guys? I don't think it's currently... If you know the type of therapy, you could make a lot of money. You could save families and shit. Okay. All right. So, back to little me. All right. So, what we got here... We're going to start with Eric Swalwell. We're going to watch a couple of these, but we're going to start with Eric Swalwell here, who, California guy,
Director, the first time you saw Donald...
So he's going to be talking to Kash Patel here a little bit about Trump's name being in the FBI files, and watching this exchange just tells you, like, we thought in 2022, 23, 24, watching Republicans just like practically fist fight on the fucking House floor, we thought that was like peak stupidity, but nah, it's getting dumber, and I don't think that there is a bottom to this stupidity. I think that there is legit no end to how far this stupidity can go. So let's watch this, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so
you haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of.
Okay, in Cash's defense, most people in MAGA can't read. So, I mean, like, we should definitely blame our educational system for part of this.
Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history.
Bro, didn't, like, 3 cops get shot today, or 5 cops got shot today, 2 of them wounded, 3 in critical condition? Didn't a famous podcaster get shot, like, a week ago? Like, what do you mean, the safest America? Once again, these fucking people just make claims that you cannot quantify. Like, brother, your Department of Justice just took down statistics showing that right-wing extremism is the leading cause of domestic fucking terrorism in America, even above the Muslims. Like, your fucking favorite people. I mean, actually, it's the Jews, right? The favorite person to blame everything is on, well, or is it black people? Oh, wait, or the transgenders. Actually, I need a flow chart of who MAGA thinks is which group of people they hate the most. Kash Patel, like I said, Kash Patel always looks like the only brown dude at a Klan meeting. Like, what are you doing, brother? We got to help you out. We got to get you out of there and figure out what PP tape they got on you. What do you mean the safest fucking America? People are being fucking assassinated in public, dog. Holy shit. I'm lost. Oh, thank you for the $5. Fantrades, when you say, how far can this stupidity go? Didn't you know evil has limits? Stupidity knows no bounds. Who is that, Fantrades? I know that's a quote from somebody.
Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed...
Oh, yeah, the immigrants. Redunk. Sorry, I forgot to add the There's a lot of people that fucking right-wing people hate, man. Like, the list is large. They gotta really pick, like, a group to focus on. I mean, don't take that seriously, right-wing people. Please don't. These are all jokes, okay? These are all jokes.
It's like legalized comedy.
All of the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history.
Wait. Hold on. The safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history. Like, how did that sentence even work? How did you get that out of your mouth?
In historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI...
In historic speed! Historic speed!
Are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trapped.
Be you literally drove up the homicide rate by killing Venezuelans. But you did, I guess, if stories are to be believed, they did take down some of the narcotics. But since those narcotics weren't actually in our country, that probably doesn't actually legitimately lessen the number of narcotics in our country. So, actually, you just murdered a bunch of people in a boat. So, yeah. And then, yeah, like I said, there's literally, yeah, never mind.
Well, it sounds like those children being trafficked appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released...
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? He said the number. Oh, okay. Once again, I gotta be good faith here. Trump supporters not good with numbers either. Just education, not really their strong point.
I love the poorly educated.
He said the numbers are a misleading factor.
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not...
Brother, if you said that you haven't read all of the files, then you don't know whether or not Trump's name isn't in those files, right? Like, I mean, that's just logical. If you were to say to me, do you think that in this book a character dies? And I said, well, I've only read half the book. And he said, well, okay, do you think he dies? I say, no, I'm sure he doesn't die. I would be lying to you because I only read half the book. Therefore, I would be full of shit by saying that I don't think that that character dies in that book. Thus, if you haven't read all the files, then you can't say Donald Trump's name isn't in those files.
But the number
Anyone's
at least be 1,000
name
times.
We have not released anyone's name in the
at least
Epstein
be
files
1,000
that
times?
has not been credible.
Director, could it at
we have
least be 1,000
released
times?
every piece of legally permissible
It's from Bonhoeffer. Thank you.
information.
Okay,
You can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not.
means
It's not.
He's getting so mad.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
What the fuck? It's like talking to my child. Why is the FBI director giving me flashbacks to arguments with my child? Oh, we are cooked.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political
And that
innuendo.
Bro, you are failing so hard.
protecting
So you can
sexual
go out to the
assault victims.
sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising
reclaiming my
article.
time,
But
Director.
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the
Director,
people of California
If
are being
Trump- if the
underserved by
president-
your
if the
representation.
president is not in
I'm feeling pretty good about his representation, actually, just as a person from California. I'm going to let y'all know that, actually, I feel pretty good. I'm doing good. I know that personally, this doesn't seem like the safest country. Maybe he's just, I mean, he could be right. America's had a pretty fucked up history. Some people just dying up in this bitch ain't that, like, different, I guess, like, than normal. I guess if you're comparing, like, America today to, like, slavery America, probably a little safer. Actually, probably safer for black people than it was back then, I'd imagine. I'd imagine that. If you're comparing it to, I don't know, when women weren't allowed to vote, gay people weren't allowed to be gay. Wait, we're heading back to that. Never mind.
implicated, why not release everything that involves
We have released everything, the president and
I got a
anyone
lot of
else's
Kona
side,
Bruce
that
shirts,
is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm
He's like, stop trying to act like the president is in them files because it's all a hoax.
hiding
also
child
Mr. Massie's
pedophiles is disgusting.
interest.
Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone. And go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in
So,
FBI resources through
Director-
my redeployment because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San
Reclaiming
Francisco
my time,
need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you
He's like, I told Pam Bondi, and Pam Bondi told Donald Trump.
ever tell the Attorney General that Donald
Yeah, there
Trump's
it
name
is.
is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's
Did you-
name is in
it's-
He
the...
is like, I am not answering that question because I am under oath, and I am not going to jail for this administration.
Simple
Attorney's
question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed
The question is
painstakingly
simple.
who
Dude, he's like one fucking sentence away from being hypothetically speaking.
Did you
can
tell the
How many Kona Bruce t-shirts do I have? This one's old. Yeah, this one's probably... like 8 or 9 years old, I'd say. I probably have 5. I don't know. How many times has my boss been to Hawaii? I get these shirts every time somebody goes to Hawaii. Somebody buys me one for being legit the best manager that has ever lived.
Attorney General, that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No.
Did he say? Oh, Sesame Street has failed us.
Tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no?
Dude, it's like my child. He's like, you're rubber, I'm glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you.
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No. A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F.
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name...
Dude, he thinks he burned him. He's like, oh, shit. Take that, son. Bam!
...was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm
the gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it.
No, you haven't answered it, buddy. Oh, dude, they totally have. They have shit on this guy.
And we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, did Donald Trump...
He said, I need some water. He needed to hydrate.
...ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? Don't worry if I'm in it?
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been...
Yeah, why'd you make that face? It's your people that said this, dog. Mike Johnson said he was an FBI informant. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released. But the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so because they failed to meet the muster in their constitutional obligation.
I will work on the audio-visual...
Jesus Christ. This is the most fucking corrupt administration that has ever existed in the history, in historic speed. Oh my God, dude. This is insane. Wow.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress. It has been a disgrace to the American people. You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way? Mr. Chairman, would you
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time. Mr. Chairman, would you admonish the witness not to insult members? The gentleman has no time. Mr. Chairman, just...
Dude, the fact that Jim Jordan is in charge of this shit, does no one find the irony in the fact that a dude that was accused of covering up, like, men being assaulted is the dude that's the chair of this committee? How fucking ironic is that? The man sitting in the middle in charge of all of these people has been accused of fucking covering up sexual assault. I don't, like, this is fucking makes my brain hurt.
Quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts, since the witness decided to interrupt him continuously?
And the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure he has time to do that.
My question is, will you...
He said, we'll make sure it happens.
Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct. Okay.
Awkward. This shit is. Oh my God, guys. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Owned. This is what happens. This is what happens when you elect people that put podcast bros in charge of the FBI. This is what happens when the people that are now running our government have the same qualifications for the jobs that they have that I do. It's absolutely batshit crazy. Holy shit. All right, we got now Thomas Massie. We got Thomas Massie now, guys. Also fucking going after crazy ass Kash, cockeyed ass Kash, carrot in his butt Kash. That's some of the names we call him on this channel. So we got Thomas Massie, and here it is. Like, I do not agree with Thomas Massie on many things that Thomas Massie believes, but I give full credit to Thomas Massie for standing up for these individuals. The other day, Thomas Massie blamed left-wing radicalism for being the cause of all violence in politics. I steadfastly disagree with that and can prove that through numbers, but there's not a single Trump supporter that can understand an actual graph or believes in any statistics at all. So yeah, just gonna leave it at that. But I will say this is I applaud Thomas Massie for standing on business. And Thomas Massie took Kash Patel there to the cleaners on this one.
Gentleman, yes, back.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized.
So I've got 4 documents I'd like to introduce into the record. The first one is Jeffrey Epstein's 6th story played out for years in plain sight. And Acosta is quoted in here saying, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone."
Acosta, Alex Acosta, who was part of Trump's administration, Secretary of Labor, right? Gave the sweetheart deal to Epstein in the original case in 2007, 2008, the one that he was originally convicted of with the non-prosecution clause that was given to him, that also allegedly Epstein assaulted a woman while out on work release while doing that time. Said, one more time, Thomas Massie? One more time on that one.
Epstein's 6th story played out for years in plain sight. And Acosta is quoted in here saying, "I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone."
I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone. That's from the guy who gave the sweetheart deal to Jeffrey Epstein in his original conviction in 2007 and 8.
The second document is entitled "What Epstein's Bodyguard Warned About His CIA Connections." The third document is from Fox Digital. It's titled "Epstein's Private Calendar Reveals Planned Meetings with Obama Admin Official, CIA Chief." And the last document is Wall Street Journal article that highlights Ehud Barak's 36 meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. He was the former Prime Minister of Israel and head of military intelligence for Israel. It may have held that title when he met Epstein, and then, yes.
Without objection, the gentleman will hold for a second. The gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one UC request. This is Judge Engelmeyer's decision from August in U.S. versus Epstein, stating the government's 100,000 pages of Epstein files dwarfs the 70-odd pages of Epstein grand jury materials.
I like that. You see that? That's bipartisanship right there. That is Thomas Massie is like, I got these that are going in here, and then Jamie Raskin's like, hold on, I got one more. You see that? I like that. That's what I want to see.
Without objection, Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Patel, I watched some of your Senate hearing yesterday when Senator Kennedy asked you, you've seen most of the files, who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these women to besides himself? You replied, according to the transcript, there is no credible information that he trafficked them to anyone else.
Yep. So for all you mega people out there, Kash Patel is saying you're nuts. Kash Patel, Donald Trump's FBI director, is saying to your face that you are full of shit and you are lying. That's what he's saying. Those aren't my words. Those are his words. You guys want to hear him again? Let's get it one more time.
There is no credible information that he trafficked them to anyone else. You also...
That's what Kash Patel said. That's your dude. That's the guy who was telling you guys for years that the Epstein files existed and there's a client list and all of this shit. Him and J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, all these other people that are in his administration that claim that the Epstein files were real, they now say, you guys are the liars. You're the liars. They're saying there were no other clients.
Also said somewhere in the hearing and here today that the problem is that the case files are constrained by limited search warrants from 2006 to 2007 and that the non-prosecution agreement hamstrung future investigations. Those constraints only apply to Southern District of Florida. They do not apply to Southern District of New York, the location of the 2019 sex trafficking indictment, which produced many things, including a series of FD 302 documents. According to victims who cooperated with the FBI in that investigation, these documents in FBI possession, your possession, detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jess Staley, CEO.
Naming names. And they said they were going to do this. They said Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Once again, give credit where credit is due. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, said they were going to start naming names, and Thomas Massie has now named 2 people. He named the billionaire donor to the Republican Party, and now he's naming this dude. So we're going to hear that one more time.
In that investigation, these documents in FBI possession, your possession, detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jess Staley, CEO of Barclays Bank, who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to, victims including minors such as Virginia Roberts, Giuffre, may she rest in peace. That list also includes at least...
So there you go. Like, this is, like, he's saying this shit right there on the floor. Do you think that there is going to be anything that's done about this by Trump's administration or by the FBI? I'm willing to bet the answer is fuck no. You know why? Because all of those people are interconnected with each other. Oh, thank you for the $5, Fanter Death. Thank you for the $5. I could care less if the Epstein files were able to prove Hillary fucked Hitler as long as they showed what we already know, Trump is PDF file. Look, at the end of the day, I don't give 2 shits about what political party anybody comes from in the Epstein files. I don't fucking care. That's like, I mean, mind you, I'm the type of person I think political parties are fucking stupid in the first place. Like, politicians should be running on policies. This idea of Democrat or Republican is fucking tired. You should have to run on policy. You should not be able to get to hide behind the shield of your party's values. Parties do not represent values. People represent values. And I don't give a fuck. If there's a Democrat that is in those files, that person does not represent my values. I'm not in that fucking party. If it's a Republican that are in those files, I don't give a fuck because they don't represent my values. My values are my values. They're not a party's values. I do not virtue mirror with the rest of the people, either in my chat or that agree on certain subjects with me. My values are my values, and if you don't agree with my values, I just don't really fucking care. If you want to have a conversation about it, we can. We can talk about things. I like to talk about things. We might even come to some sort of agreement. But the one place we're never going to fucking agree is that if a person is within my party, that means that we are not going to prosecute them. I'm not part of that party. So,
at least 19 other individuals, minors such as Virginia Roberts Giuffre, may she rest in peace. That list also includes at least 19 other individuals, one Hollywood producer worth a few $100 million, one royal prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry, one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least
fucking magicians, dude. Fucking magicians.
6 billionaires, including
magicians are always sus, gonna be honest.
Being a billionaire from Canada.
Let's get that one more time. Let's play it again.
May she rest in peace. That list also includes at least 19 other individuals, one Hollywood producer worth a few $100 million, one royal prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry, one very prominent banker, one high-profile government official, one high-profile former politician, one owner of a car company in Italy, one rock star, one magician, at least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada. We know these people exist in the FBI files. The files.
I don't care whether they're part of the country. I don't care if they come from other countries. I don't care if they're world leaders. I don't care if they're rock stars or fuck magicians. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be that mean. Some magicians are nice people. Penn and Teller, nice people. Fuck, that's gonna, like, I'm gonna regret that later. I'm gonna regret that later. I'm gonna regret it, ain't I? Fuck! Somebody right now is typing out in the comments, actually, Penn and Teller, fucking, you should hate them because of this. Yeah. Let's start naming them names, dog. Start naming them names. Chris Angel. No. Hey, I didn't say that, by the way. You guys can't be getting me to name names up here. I do not have the protection of Congress. I do not know of or have any evidence of any specific magician that has participated in crimes against humanity. I'm just saying, apparently there's at least one magician. I thought there would be more, to be honest.
That you control. I don't know exactly who they are, but the FBI does. Have you launched any investigations into any of these people, and have you seen these 302 documents?
Sir, I have asked my FBI agents to review the entirety of the Epstein files and bring forth any credible information, and we're working with Congress not only to divulge that information and produce it to you, but any investigations that arise from any credible investigation will be brought. There have been no new
Bro, he gave you a name.
Materials brought to me launching a new indictment.
So is the loophole here, or is it your assertion that these victims aren't credible, that the 302s maybe didn't produce credible statements that rise to a probable cause?
It's not my assertion, sir. It's the assertion of two different...
Donald Trump's. Donald Trump, it's the assertion of the President of the United States. That's what he's saying.
United States attorney's offices from 3 separate administrations who investigated those same materials in lifetime.
Or the 302 documents.
Yeah, and to act like the other administrations in some way wouldn't protect those very same people. This is what I'm saying. This is not a political party fucking thing. This is across all the lines. There are no lines when it comes to harming children. If you harm children, you are a fucking horrible human being, and there should be justice for those victims. So when you say shit like, well, you know, other administrations didn't do anything about it, that does not in any way mean that you don't get to do anything about it. If it comes to light that other administrations protected these people as well, they should also face the music. That's the way this shit works. Like I said, I don't give a shit. Reset the whole goddamn thing. Like, if that means the globe has to go through a time of potential pain for a little bit to clean out the types of people that are doing these types of things to our children in this society, I'm totally fine with that. Fucking let's make it happen. I'll buy tickets.
Documents in the FBI's possession.
At 2 different United States attorneys' offices from 3 separate administrations who investigated those same materials in lifetime.
Are the 302 documents in the FBI's possession?
They reviewed all that, yes, sir.
And so have you...
He's just like, I'm not going to answer. Like, so you're the FBI director, you're an all-knowing dude, you're keeping America as safe as America has ever been before. Historic speed. Whatever the fuck he said. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All of that. But you don't know nothing about this case. You literally were doing a podcast for all of fucking time, grifting off of MAGA supporters this entire time, grifting like a king off of these people, just making them more mentally ill by the day. And then when you got in and you could have seen all the stuff that you've talked about all this time, you're like, nah, I don't want to. That's not my job. That's the defense. The defense is once you got to the point where you could actually see the information pertaining to these things, you said, no, it's not my job. I'm not going to look at it. Dude, anybody that buys that shit is fucking dumb.
I love the poorly educated.
Viewed those 302 documents where the victims name the people who victimized them?
If I personally know, but the FBI has.
So how can you sit here and in front of the Senate and say there are no names?
I said
I named one today.
I said we are not in the practice at the Department of Justice FBI of releasing victims' names. That is not what we do. We are also
He's not saying victims, dude. What is he talking about?
Not in the habit of releasing incredible information. That's not what we do. But
incredible information. Wouldn't it be uncredible? He said incredible. I think that word already exists in a different definition.
Multiple authorities have looked at the entirety of what we have.
Okay, I got to move on here. Were you present when the AG had the White House event when she released the binders to social media influencers?
I was, yes.
So if you
he said that all like awkwardly and sad. He's like, yes.
Willing to meet with social media influencers who stood to benefit from the sensational and sad stories of these victims, will you meet with the victims as well?
The FBI will meet with anyone who has
He said the FBI will. He was like, fuck no. Nope. He's like, I'm not tall enough to ride that ride. Like, I don't want to get my ass whooped. Wow. What a fucking coward. Holy shit. This country is done.
Information.
Will you personally meet with them?
The FBI and the professionals who are handling the cases will.
Were you instructed that it was important to release the documents to the Oversight Committee on the day of my introduction of the discharge petition to release these files?
I don't know what day that was, so no.
Well, they were released that day, and there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you...
No, guys. He's like, he's doing a really good job. He's making sure there's no names in those files except for, well, those names. But, like, the biggest thing, guys, is to make sure those victims' names don't get released in those files. They just missed a couple. Jesus
investigated
Christ.
Any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein? And if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
Well, I can speak for the FBI, and that's presuming there's a CIA case file. And I've reviewed everything that the interagency, not I, the FBI, that was provided to us.
Would you be willing to look at the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
If there is such a file, and if it has not already been turned over to the FBI will look at any new investigative leads.
Have you made any progress on the pipe bomb investigation January 6th? And have you made any progress on the motive of the Las Vegas shooter?
As to the first, it's an ongoing investigation, and we have made progress. As to the second, sir, I'll have to get back to you.
All right.
This is a fucking clown show. It's a clown show. Anybody that's taking this dude or anybody else in this administration seriously as far as getting something done in this country is dumb.
I love the poorly educated.
Thank you. I yield back.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous
Gentleman
consent
yields back.
request.
Unanimous consent request from the gentleman from New York.
And can we just say one more time? The irony of Jim Jordan, a person who was alleged in a cover-up of sexual assault, is the person that is chairing this committee. It's like they do this shit on purpose. Seriously, it's like they do this shit on purpose. Thank you for the $2, Fanterdeath. The country is cooked and it's not global warming.
I ask unanimous consent to introduce an unsigned memorandum from July 7th, 2025 that says we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties with the insignia of the Department of Justice and the FBI.
Without objection.
Jesus. These people are fucking buffoons. What am I doing here? No, I don't want to do that.
Gentlemen.
I clicked it. These people are buffoons. Like, if you are seriously still backing these people up, I don't know what to tell you. You're not salvageable. Like, if you are still sitting here saying to yourself that there's absolutely no way that Trump has any connection to these files, like, I don't know what to say to you, because why would he do all this? Why would he call it a hoax? Why wouldn't he be meeting with these victims? He ran on this shit. It was his idea to run on these specific issues. And then as soon as he got your vote, just like he said, I only need your vote this one time and then I'll never need it again, he decided to just not do what he told you he was going to do. That's weird too, because I'll give you this. Is Trump does try to do the things that his supporters want him to. He does try to deport every brown person from this country. 100%. He does give tax cuts to the ultra wealthy. It's weird to me that you guys voted for that, but he did do that. Donald Trump, like I've said this before, he says whatever thoughts come into his head. He literally told you guys that he was going to bring people to justice. He was going to bring the Epstein files to a head, and all these people are going to go to jail, all the people you don't like. And now he's saying, A, they don't exist, but B, if they do exist, also that people that are in them are not bad people. That's a little bit of a sus take. It's a little weird. All right, let's see where else we are. So we got more to cover. We're going to talk about some of the other things that happened alongside this stuff, because there's obviously all the stuff that's being released from the book. And here's the crazy thing about all of this is the amount of information that is currently being released on the Epstein files, on Epstein himself, on the connections between Epstein and Trump and everybody else, is that there's a ton of information. In fact, it's sometimes hard to cover all of these things that are coming out in any way, because it's A, pretty exhausting, B, it's an emotional topic and it's hard to cover and continue to get kind of worked up enough to be able to talk about this stuff. But see, it's like you have the most conspiracy theory driven human beings on earth in MAGA. Like, it is their bread and their butter. They believe everything from the gay people are trying to depopulate the earth, to the transgenders are grooming the children, to there's 40 million Mexicans that came across the border and have taken up the entirety of the fucking country. They believe all of that with a scant amount of evidence that was created by the people within their own circles, okay? But you have this much evidence that comes out from the Epstein files, and it's blinders on, don't look at it, it doesn't exist. The only thing that you can get them to talk about is that Bill Clinton was potentially in those files. That's it. That's the only thing they're willing to talk about. Anything other than that, anything surrounding anybody but Bill Clinton, anybody but Bill, these people won't talk about it. They won't talk about it. It's crazy. Anyway, so this is part of that. This is Chris Hayes. I don't know. Is he MSNBC? He's one of these people talking about the birthday book and the big check in the book that was written about the joke about Epstein selling a woman to Trump for $22,500. That's a joke in the birthday book, guys. That's a joke in the birthday book. So here, let's watch this.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. It has been 24 hours since the Epstein birthday book was released. And let's be honest, Donald Trump has been caught dead to rights. Remember, the Wall Street Journal first reported the existence of this book back in July. They described how dozens of luminaries and friends of Jeffrey Epstein, including Donald Trump, wrote...
And don't forget, Trump said, this letter doesn't exist. This birthday book does not exist. That's where he started with. And then he had to backtrack on that to, well, if it does exist, it's definitely not me. And then when it was produced, and it does 100% have his signature on it, and he said, that's not my signature, people produced pages that he had signed with that exact signature on it. Now, we are now to a point where Jim Jordan, a professional at covering up sexual abuse, and others like him, James Comer, all are now saying, we're not going to look into the book, because if Donald Trump says that that isn't his, then we're just going to believe that. That's unfucking precedented.
The child sex trafficker, quote, body messages, as the paper put it. They described Trump's intimate, cryptic, icky message to Epstein, quote, framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. Trump, of course, denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. J.D. Vance said the whole thing.
Because there's a bunch of dudes out there that sign shit with Sharpies. All over the place. Just, we maybe baseball players, football players, athletes. And that would be memorabilia. They don't sign their checks with Sharpies. They don't sign, well, they don't have a chance to sign executive orders. I doubt they sign their contracts with Sharpies. There's literally one fucking dude on this planet right now that we know of that signs everything with fucking Sharpies. And that is Donald Trump.
It was ridiculous. I mean, does this really sound like Trump? Trump telling the Journal, quote, this is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. I never wrote a picture in my life. I
never wrote a picture
of women. Nevertheless, Trump revealed on social media he had called Murdoch personally to try to get the story killed before it was published. Trump then, after it was published, sued the Wall Street Journal and its owner Rupert Murdoch for the tidy sum of $10 billion with a B dollars, claiming the letter didn't exist. They literally said that in their filing on the lawsuit. No such letter. I don't know about you guys, but it always seemed pretty implausible to me that knowing exactly what the stakes were, knowing they would be sued probably for billions of dollars, the Wall Street Journal would publish that story unless they were pretty damn sure the book and the letter existed. And of course, it did. It belonged to the estate of the since deceased Jeffrey Epstein, which handed it over to Congress. And the Democrats posted the entire book online with redactions. And I want to show you some of that book. But first, I have to warn you, all of this is incredibly disturbing, even like disgusting, viscerally, physically repelling content. Here's a pencil and marker drawing.
Go ahead and take a look at that. I'll leave it there for a sec. Go ahead and take a look at that. That's in the fucking birthday book. The same birthday book that Jeffrey Epstein received a birthday letter that allegedly Donald Trump signed. You know many motherfuckers with pictures like that? You know many people that have this kind of shit in a book in their house? Do you? I can luckily say that I do not.
On one page, on the left, an image labeled 1983 that appears to show Epstein giving candy and balloons to little girls. On the right, another image of a group of girls, maybe the same ones, maybe a new crop in 2003, massaging an unclothed Epstein above the caption, "What a great country," with Mar-a-Lago.
Literally, it's a picture of grooming. It's met him in 83, here they are in 2003. Literally, they're saying he groomed them. The very people who constantly accuse trans people of grooming their children are celebrating a man that is best friends or was best friends with a dude that has a picture in a birthday book that Trump contributed to, allegedly. Where's Robert Blake? Allegedly. That has pictures of him grooming children. This is fucking insane. It's insane.
Seemingly in the background. There's actually an entire section of the Epstein book labeled Children. It includes redacted photos of a prepubescent girl in pajamas posing and playing the piano, as well as a hand-drawn picture of a wedding with a childlike inscription, "Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. Where is the groom? He's in the ladies' room." There's a series of dirty limericks on page 164, including one that ends with this quote. Listen to this one. "Jeffrey at half a century, with credentials plenipotentiary, though up to no good whenever he could, has avoided the penitentiary." Ha ha ha. Big laughs, big guffaws. Dude. On the very next page is Donald Trump's message to his buddy Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that he spent a lot of time with. And it is, you'll be shocked to hear, exactly, precisely as the Wall Street Journal described. Typewritten lines about enigmas and wonderful secrets
and the
inside
body
the silhouette
looks
of a naked
way worse.
Girl, more than a woman, frankly. And the future president's signature below her waist, kind of mimicking pubic hair. There's also this letter to Epstein from another Mar-a-Lago member, according to reporting by the Journal.
Luckily, this one isn't in fucking cursive. Jeffrey, showing early talents with money and women, sells fully depreciated, the woman's name is redacted, to Donald Trump for $22,500. Showed early people skills too. Even though I handled the deal, I didn't get any of the money or the gal. Donald Trump, he barely knew this guy. He didn't know any of the stuff he was doing, guys. Definitely none of this stuff, guys, was apparent to Donald Trump what was going on at that time. He was surrounded by this shit at all times, but he had no idea, guys. There's people in those files, and those people could be innocent. They might not have done anything, even if there is a mountain of fucking evidence to show that they most likely did. Okay, all right. This is fucking gross.
Oh, it's a crude joke about a woman that Epstein and Trump both courted in the 1990s.
Look up a picture of Mar-a-Lago. I bet you somebody's already done it. Dude, I have to be careful doing this shit. Okay, I'm going to hold on a big me so that way I don't accidentally show a picture of something that people aren't supposed to see. Fucking, that's all I need. Dude, that picture that we're just showing right now, people are showing that they think that's from Mar-a-Lago. This one here, they're saying they think that one's from Mar-a-Lago even, which would make sense, right? Okay. Okay, there's that. Okay. Is there a picture that puts them side by side? I'm trying to see if there's a picture. Okay. So. Okay. So there's the picture. And then I guess we'll just look at Mar-a-Lago. Right? Okay. I don't know. I can't do two screens at once. Okay. Oh, wait. I guess I should do... So we got that. Holy shit. Okay, so that's Mar-a-Lago. And then... Where is that picture at? Ah, damn it. I'm clicking buttons. I'm too old, guys. I'm too old. Okay, hold on. Mar-a-Lago. Okay. So, where was that picture? Because that was a good picture. It was the front. Okay, so there's Mar-a-Lago. Okay, there's Mar-a-Lago. And there's the place. Look, you can see right here the door. What is this? You can't quite see over here, but there's palm trees, and it looks like that, right? You got a little steeple there. It does look very much alike, because if you look at the top, oh, you guys can't see my mouse, huh? If you look at the top where the airplane is coming down, there's these triangles on top of the house there. And if you look over here, there's these triangles right here. So maybe not perfectly. I'm not sure. But of course it is a drawing. It is, after all, a drawing. I don't know. I mean, you definitely could make the case that yes, that is Mar-a-Lago in the background. You could make that case. I don't know. It's fucking crazy though. It's so weird. Like, it just seems like there's so much about all of this.
It includes a photo of a novelty check made out from Epstein to Trump. Beneath it is this caption: Jeffrey showing early talents with money and women, sells fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump for $22,500. Depreciated. Get the joke there, right? The woman's
because she's not 12. Guys, that's the joke. Like, how can you look at all of this shit and still have this perspective that, like, Trump's a good person?
Name is redacted in the image. Spend just a little bit of time looking at this.
Oh, could have been Epstein Island as well. That's true.
You can. It's online. And, well, it's very, very hard not to be, like, physically disgusted. And it's very, very hard not to come to the very obvious conclusion they all knew, right? I mean, at least the people writing those parts in the book, they made jokes about it that were then bound as a present in this book. There are dozens more pages like what you just saw. We spared you the 6 pages of wild animals with erections. I mean,
what? The fuck did he just say? What? One more time. Whatever your name is. Oh yeah, Chris. One more time on that one, Chris.
Jokes about it that were then bound as a present in this book. There are dozens more pages like what you just saw. We spared you the 6 pages of wild animals with erections.
Yeah, I heard that right the first time. Okay. All right. Rich people. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, look, if this book were given to someone who wasn't subsequently revealed to be the most prolific sexual predator and insatiable pedophile probably in recent
Oh God, don't say insatiable and pedophile in the same words. God damn.
Memory. Maybe you could be like, oh, well, he just seems like a body guy. But it is.
I don't think so. Like, if I walked into my buddy's house and I found that book, I'm never drinking alcohol. Well, I'm never going to hang out with that person again, but I'm definitely not drinking alcohol in their residence because something tells me I'm going to wake up with a carrot in my ass. That's all I'm saying.
Is that, right? We do know what he did. And so together, the whole thing is worse than we thought, much worse, because it is exactly what it looks like. Every single page seems to convey what Donald Trump, on the record, in print, told New York Magazine about Epstein back in 2002. Same kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them are on the younger side. Huh? What more evidence do you need to know that as president, Donald Trump has been lying to cover up something about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the nature of it?
There is no evidence that's going to convince them. If you guys didn't see it, there's a funny fucking comment on, I think, my last live stream. And anytime somebody starts with, I'm an independent or I'm neutral, I'm like, sure you are, fucking troll. I'm independent. I'm neutral. Sure you are. He said, I've met Trump supporters that have changed their minds, but I have never met a leftist that has. And I was like, no, you're right, actually. I, in fact, thought that Trump supporters were 10 toes down on this Epstein shit, and that they were of the belief that they wanted to see people, given justice, and that they were, no matter whether it was Republican or Democrat, that they were going to support seeing these people brought to justice And then 6 to 8 months later, I did watch them change their opinion to apparently it's okay to hide this information because there's a potential that dear leaders' names in that shit. And you're right. I haven't seen a leftist do that yet. So you're right. Like, it's fucking nuts to me. It's nuts to me. Like, this was like the one thing that I thought 100% for sure that if it came out that Trump was a part of this, that these people would actually be like, fuck. But it's sunk cost fallacy. It's sunk cost fallacy. They're never going to accept any evidence that shows that Trump or anybody that they like was a part of this. They're never going to accept it. They'll say it was AI. They'll say it was photoshopped. They'll say that the birthday letter wasn't him. It doesn't matter. You can show that the dude's signature was on it and that it matches old signatures by him. You can show whatever you want that links Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein. None of these people are going to ever abandon that sunk cost fallacy. Just not going to happen. Well, thank you for the $5. They're going to just keep doing this garbage until more things like what happened to a dude makes them realize how bad they fucked up. Yeah, I can't say those things. I just can't say those things on stream. YouTube does indeed have
the things they did together, their shared interests. But now he's been caught red-handed, and he's pushing Republicans to just keep lying their way out of it.
This absolutely was not the president's authentic signature, and we have maintained that position.
1,000% it was. 1,000% it was.
All along, the president did not write this letter. He did not sign this letter.
The president said that's not him. I believe the president. For what?
Bro. Byron Donald's about to lose his job, too. It's going to be so sad when this dude, he put everything into this, and he's going to lose it to some fucking white Republican in Florida. Yikes.
I see it's not a signature. I've seen Donald Trump sign a million things.
We've seen the auto pen's been used quite a bit.
Oh, fucking Tim Burchett. Oh, my God. This is like they have a whole roster of the weirdest fucking people. It's so trippy. It's so trippy that, like, MAGA, like, literally brings in the weirdest fucking people.
With the Biden administration, so I've never known Trump to be much of an artist either. So I
Bro, you don't even know Trump. You jerked off when he called you and told you that he thought you did a good job. Like you're a boot-licking sycophant. That's it. You don't know shit about Donald Trump. He don't know shit about you. He don't like you.
kind of draw that into question.
Now, we haven't brought in signature experts or anything like that.
If this truly was a forged document, shouldn't the Oversight Committee look into this?
I don't think the Oversight Committee is going to invest in looking up something 22 years ago. We're going to look.
Something that happened during the time that's relevant to the case. You're not going to look up something that happened during the time that these things were happening to these women. That's all the proof you need right there, is that you're like, here's some evidence from the time where these women were being abused, and the people around them go, yeah, we're not going to look at anything from that time. That's fucking nuts.
You're just going to take the president at his word that he...
What does it have to do with anything?
What does it have to do with anything that Donald Trump wrote that letter to Jeffrey Epstein? Now, the Journal and others proved pretty conclusively that the signature, the syntax, the drawing itself are all obviously identical to Trump's over the years. Trump's allies keep lying about it. And again, to believe the letter is a hoax, you'd have to believe that it was forged by some mysterious third party in 2003 and then included and given to Ghislaine Maxwell, who included in the book, not knowing it's a forgery.
Yeah, long before Donald Trump ran for president. Like, it just, none of it makes sense, but we all know.
I love the poorly educated.
Yep.
It was bound and given to Epstein more than 2 decades ago from Ghislaine Maxwell because some aliens came down and made it up. I mean, that's not a denial. That's a pathetic conspiracy theory. But that's what they're saying. That is their contention. And after staying uncharacteristically silent for a day, in fact, not doing taking questions at a signing that he did an executive order today, Trump finally did take a question just moments ago about the birthday letter, and you'll never guess what he said.
Let's see.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak. And anybody that's covered me for a long time know that's not my language. It's nonsense. And frankly, you're wasting...
He just air signed it with the fucking signature. He literally just did the tell.
And it's not the way I speak.
Look at how he does the tell.
Covered me for a long time. No, that's not
he
my
does
language.
it right there. Look at that.
It's nonsense.
He just did the tell on the signature. Oh, that's amazing.
And frankly, you're wasting your time.
Are you still talking about Epstein? Yes. The more we keep learning about, truly, I mean, the scale of Epstein's depravity, the more it puts a spotlight on Epstein's old pal, Donald Trump, and his past behavior.
Wow. The last couple of years, I go out with somebody, and she's like 21, and she's talking about, what are you doing? And she's studying algebra.
Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married, and, her father.
Bro! Oh, Jesus, fuck! Like, the levels to this shit that people just they just forgive all of this. They just forgive all of it. It's fucking insane.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Donna, what does Tiffany have of yours and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of moral, and she's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
Like, dude's obsessed with fucking sex. Like, I mean, sex is great, bro, but it never comes up when I'm discussing my children. Like, never ever in my life would I ever bring up my children and sex. That's fucking nuts.
A normal thing to say about your baby daughter, right? A normal thing to say about your baby daughter if you're also a guy who hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein and talks about how he likes him young and also writes that letter to him, right? Normal stuff.
Totally normal. Holy shit.
And all of that is what Donald Trump and Republicans want you to forget. There's a reason that they're failing miserably.
But, I mean...
I love the poorly educated.
But are they? They're not failing with their base. Their base is happy to just be like, nah, it's not happening. No, you guys are crazy. Like, it's only Clinton. That's it. Like, that's the only person that's in there. It's definitely not anybody that like, we know about. No way, guys. It's so fucking nuts, dude. Like, this is like what the day and age that we live in right now. The day and age that we live in right now. It's fucking insane. So, okay, I'm done puking unless he says any more of that. Good job, Mitchell. Sorry about that. And look, I mean, at the end of the day, people need to just see this shit, right? Like, everybody can talk about the Kirk shit and all the, who his killer is and who did what and why he did it and all that shit. Everybody else can talk about that shit. That's fine. You guys can talk about that shit. You can go over there and watch their shit, talk about it. That's fine. But over here, I'm going to keep talking about this stuff because, like, it's not about money. It's not about getting popular. It's not about fame. It's about covering the thing that matters. And the thing that matters is that kids were harmed, and those kids are fully grown up now. And those kids had their careers stolen from them, lives stolen from them, and for 30 years have literally lived in a world that could give two shits about whether or not they ever get justice, because the people that are in power, people really, really like those people because they live vicariously through those people. Like, so I'm going to keep covering this shit. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm not talking about all that other shit. So let's talk a little bit more. But we're gonna do our best to cover this. Well, actually, you know what? This is a good, because this dude, this has actually been hilarious to watch. I don't like, this is 2 MSNBC videos in a row. That's the most MSNBC I've ever watched my entire life. But this dude apparently, Lawrence, is it O'Donnell? Lawrence O'Donnell, right? This motherfucker has been just like dropping like straight up fire diatribes on Trump, and I didn't even know about this. I didn't know that this dude was a killer. I didn't know he was going that hard. All right. Like Lawrence right here has been talking mad shit. And I'm going to tell you, when I looked at this dude, I didn't think that's what this dude did. I was surprised. Now, I haven't watched this one, so this might be a little less amazing, but the ones I watched were amazing. But it goes along with what I was just saying. And it says, Donald Trump doesn't want us to talk about Jeffrey Epstein's email, so we will. So, like, this goes along with what I'm saying. I know a lot of people want me to talk about the other shit, the Kirk shit and all that stuff, but this is what Donald Trump doesn't want me and you to talk about. So this is what we're going to talk. They want you talking about Charlie Kirk. They want you talking about whether or not the murderer was this or that or that or this. The last thing they want you to be talking about is the shit that actually matters in this country, and that is ran by a bunch of motherfuckers that have done fucked up stuff to people, and those people have been getting away with it for years, and they're using their own dude's death to distract you from the fact that this is going on. And that just shows morally how low of human beings these people are.
You said this hour will not be what Donald Trump wants it to be. It will not be a discussion of Donald Trump's pathological lie that liberals are to blame for the murder of Charlie Cook. Donald Trump knows that's a lie, and he is pushing that lie in the hope that programs like this will be filled with anguished complaint.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, actually, he like I said, did not pre-watch. The dude's on the right path. Like, liberals need to do this. I mean, look, content creators right now are just feeding off of this, right? They're feeding off the frenzy. And I do think that some people should be covering it. Just to be completely 100% honest, I do think that some people should be covering these topics, because it's important to fight back against misinformation that is coming from the other side. But not everybody should be just talking about this shit. So I'm with Lawrence here.
About this Trump mass libel of half of America. Donald Trump is the only president of the United States who has ever blamed a murder on millions of voters who did not vote for him.
Dude, that's I bet that's 100% legit. I bet you can look that up. There's probably not Bush, not Reagan, not Obama, not Clinton. Donald Trump is probably the first president ever. Didn't Reagan get shot? I bet you Reagan didn't even blame the other side. That's crazy.
Trump knows that the 22-year-old Utah man accused of the murder grew up in a family of registered Republican parents who Donald Trump has now praised repeatedly. Today, Donald Trump said that the accused murderer's parents did everything right. Parents who can think, of course, that they've done everything right are not parents I've met.
Yeah, exactly.
Parents whose kids end up facing murder charges surely
generally we
can
think we
wonder
might have fucked
from
up
time to time what they might have gotten wrong. And so Donald Trump insults the intelligence of the entire country, including his own supporters, when he launches this mass libel of half the country. The 20-year-old man in Pennsylvania who shot at Donald Trump was a registered Republican. And the 22-year-old Utah man accused of murdering Charlie Cook has never voted. The single most murderous American political assassin was a registered Republican. And he is the only American political assassin who murdered more than one person. Timothy McVeigh was a veteran of the United States Army who, at 26 years old, in an instant, murdered 168 people in the federal building.
Dude, and the conservatives right now that are mad about Charlie Kirk, 100%, I guarantee you, celebrate Timothy McVeigh. How much you want to make a fucking bet? They're like, yeah, he was fighting against the government. Timothy McVeigh didn't do anything wrong. Bet you money. These people think that Timothy McVeigh was in the right. How much you want to make a bet? Dude. Fantradet, thank you for the $5. It doesn't matter if the left wasn't responsible. They're going to force it on us anyway. We might as well accept the role and stand up to them. Like I said, I don't even think you should be engaging in that conversation. Like, if you... We are, what, a week into the investigation? Like, the idea that everybody knows everything about this is just fucking insane. And watching just the news cycle just, like, pumping out, like, misinformation, disinformation, half-ass information, like, it's insane to watch. And, you know, like I said, I don't think that one side or the other side is better morally about the way that they cover it, because a lot of this is just for money. Like, people think it's left and right, but a lot of it is just grift. A lot of it is just money. And, you know, at the end of the day, it seems like that kid at one point or another was a groyper. Whether or not that influenced him to do what he did, like, you don't know. Like, it's going to be a long time before a lot of that shit comes to light, or if it ever comes to light. Like, a lot of these kids, that kid that he was talking about, the first kid, Thomas Crooks, that shot at Trump, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly to that, too. He had a similar background in the way that it seemed like he was very nihilistic, that he was very upset with life, that he had no purpose. Like, there's a bigger story that should be covered here that nobody, I think, wants to cover. And that is that young people don't have any hope, any purpose in their lives. That we, the older generation, have failed them and have given them nothing to look forward to. That the adults in the room are busy fucking monetizing polarization. Like, that's probably the real story that should be covered. He grew up in a MAGA conservative household. I'm sure his dad didn't do anything but talk about Donald Trump all the fucking time. It's like we're creating this fucking environment for young people that eventually is going to lead to a lot of violence from them, because they don't have any reason not to do it, because we're not giving them any hope. We're not giving them any prospects. I just think, you know, when you say that you might as well accept it, I think that that's part of it, is just to say, okay, like, take the right, for instance, when that guy took out Melissa Hortman and her husband, another fucking tragedy. They didn't give two shits. They don't care. You can literally be like, look, this guy's a registered Republican. He voted all this time for Trump. Like, they just don't care. They just act like it never even happened. They just move on. And to be honest, that's pretty much what liberals need to do as well. People on the left should look at what's going on. They should fight the disinformation by producing information that conflicts it or proves it wrong. And then they should just move on. Just like the right does. Just like the right does. Thank you for the 10 memberships there, What the Fuck Dad Shoes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. $5 from Fan. Germans who weren't Nazis said the same thing. If you never stand up to them, well, you get the same consequences the Germans did. Yeah, 100%. Well, if you don't stand up to them. But that's such a complex thing to say, because standing up to what's going on right now is going to take many different things. Like, you can't just say, you know, oh, we should do X and that's how we're going to win this. Like, that's my problem with almost everything in politics, is this reductive nature of the way that we have conversations, that it's all going to come down to this like one way of doing things, and that way is going to lead to the path to the most success. I just don't believe that. I believe that there's a lot of different ways that people should go about this. That's the exact reason why I'm saying, even though I disagree with the fact that people are doing this as performative news, trying to make money off of it and stuff like that, I do believe that certain people should be covering it. Just like when it comes to like the Palestine-Israel conflict, I don't think every single fucking YouTuber should be covering that. I don't. Like, you know, a lot of you guys are going to be like, no, like everybody needs to be talking about this. No, the legit people that understand the situation, that have the most information, the best understanding of the conflict, those people should be doing that work. Because while that conflict is going on over there, we ourselves are having a legit fucking existential crisis in America. And if we're paying attention to everybody is just covering that conflict rather than covering what's going on here, then you're taking care of one problem but letting another fester. There's a fuck ton of us out there, and we should be doing this in a way that maybe it isn't exactly like connected, but that helps each other. So like, for me, I would rather see somebody that is much better at speaking to the topic of Israel and Gaza than I am doing that work. Why would I be the person taking up that time? Why would I want you to come watch me talk about it when there are better people out there to listen to? I would much rather that you listen to a person that has real good information on the Palestine-Gaza conflict or Palestine-Israel conflict than me. I do not have a very good education on it, and I prefer to cover topics here in America, like what is going economically. That's kind of my wheelhouse. And, you know, how Trump is doing this stuff and with the Epstein files and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that we can just say there's no path to success, just less bad choices. See, reductive. Too reductive for me, fan. Too reductive!
In Oklahoma City, Oklahoma in 1995.
I just think that's just
registered Republican
Timothy
McVeigh attacked the federal building specifically to assassinate federal workers for his twisted right-wing political reasons. Registered Republican Timothy McVeigh came to hate the government in whose army he served. Timothy McVeigh murdered 19 children in the daycare center of that federal building in an instant by blowing up that building with a truck bomb. Registered Republican Timothy McVeigh's assassination target that day was all the federal workers in that building, and he didn't care who else would have to die in the process.
And here's the crazy thing is, back then, it didn't matter what political party, like, you thought this was bad. Republicans thought this was bad. Democrats thought this was bad. It was only like the conspiracy-driven people that celebrated this type of shit. And those conspiracy-driven people now are the right. They are the MAGA Republicans. And it's the same reason that you see the type of a discussion on the right that doesn't demonize a figure like Timothy McVeigh.
That's how far Timothy McVeigh's insane right-wing ideology drove him. And Donald Trump had nothing to say about that. In 1995, Donald Trump could pick up the phone and get himself quoted in the New York tabloid newspapers whenever he wanted to. He could get himself booked on TV chat shows and say whatever he wanted to say. He could take out full-page ads in the New York Times and condemn people, as he had already done at that time, demanding the death penalty.
Yep.
In one case,
that was with the Central Park 5, right?
For people who he wrongly believed were guilty of raping a woman in Central Park. There was no full-page ad by Donald Trump about Timothy.
Yeah, I know about Timothy McVeigh being at Ruby Ridge. He was at Waco. Is that what you're talking about? Waco? Yeah, Ruby Ridge was Waco, right? Yeah, he was there when the Branch Davidians, when the building burned down.
Timothy McVeigh. Donald Trump didn't blame the Republican Party for what Timothy McVeigh did. No one blamed Republicans for what Timothy McVeigh did. There was no internet to blame yet, no social media to blame for poisoning Timothy McVeigh's mind. And it never crossed any politician's mind to blame millions of people.
Now, was Ruby Ridge different? Am I fucking that up? I know he was at Waco because I just watched that. Oh, yeah, this was the cabin. Okay. Ruby Ridge standoff was the siege of a cabin occupied by the Weaver family in Boundary County, Idaho, in August 1992. On August 21st, deputies of the United States Marshal Services came to arrest Randy Weaver under a bench warrant for his failure to appear on federal firearms charges after he was given the wrong court date. Okay. No, I was talking about Waco. He was at Waco too, but I don't know if he was there too. He was literally following around places. You can watch the Netflix documentary on Waco, Texas, the Branch Davidians. And there's actually video footage in that documentary of Timothy McVeigh out next to his car because they had all the news people lined up on the street outside of the compound, and Timothy McVeigh showed up to that.
Who never met Timothy McVeigh. That is Donald Trump's uniquely perverse contribution to the aftermath of a public murder. What Donald Trump wants is agreement from his supporters and outrage from the millions of people he is libelously accusing of inciting murder.
It's exactly what he wants, yeah.
Because that means that we will not be covering the very bad news that continues to mount for Donald Trump, including headlines like this one in today's Wall Street Journal right there. Putin, Netanyahu march on with Trump on the sidelines. That is a very, very important headline for the world and a very bad headline for Donald Trump. Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu proving every day how irrelevant Donald Trump is.
I was just saying today, I was like, it's like Benjamin Netanyahu and Vladimir Putin are playing tug of war with Donald Trump's nutsack. Like, that's like the mental picture I get when I think about it. It's like, Donald Trump reminds me of the type of guy that walks around like bullying people that are weaker than him. And then like Putin's the guy that shows up and all of a sudden Donald Trump's like the nicest guy ever. He's like, oh, hey, just out here just doing things. What's going on? What's up with you? No, of course not. I wasn't doing anything that would make you upset. Like all of this shit with the drones in Poland where he's like, it turns out it was a mistake. Like, Vladimir Putin is fucking dog-walking Donald Trump. And so is Netanyahu. Netanyahu and Putin are dog-walking Donald Trump. And it kind of actually makes me understand kind of where MAGA is at better mentally. Because I know that they're watching Donald Trump get dog-walked by those two people. And it's like watching like your favorite UFC fighter that's like well past his prime and you're just making up excuses. You're like, he kind of won that round. Actually, he did land, like he didn't land more punches, but he landed the harder punches for sure. Like, oh, the referees this referee is like totally letting the other guy get away with a lot. Like, that's what I think of when I see MAGA not criticizing Donald Trump for what they should rightfully be criticizing him for, and that is being a punk for fucking Vladimir Putin and Bibi Netanyahu. Like, that's, in my opinion, it's just one more thing that just like boggles my mind that you can watch Trump supporters that claim that Trump is such a hard ass dude say 2 weeks over and over and over again. It's crazy.
To their calculations about what they will do next. Remember Donald Trump's pointless trip to Alaska to welcome Vladimir Putin into the United States? Donald Trump said he would give Vladimir Putin 2 weeks after that to reach a peace agreement with Ukraine. And Vladimir Putin has continued his savage attacks on Ukraine and humiliated Donald Trump even more than he was before by sending Russian drones into NATO territory in Poland. And Donald Trump says nothing. Donald Trump just says libelous things.
He said, here we go.
About other people being to blame for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Donald Trump just wants to get half the country outraged at the other half of this country.
Yep.
And Donald Trump doesn't want anyone in this country to be outraged at Vladimir Putin. The other bad news for Donald Trump includes a federal court tonight finding his attempt to fire a member of the Federal Reserve Board to be completely and obviously illegal. And so Lisa Cook will show up for tomorrow's meeting at the Federal Reserve because she's still a member and she knows that. And Donald Trump really doesn't want you to know what's in the emails in the Epstein files.
Yep.
Our first guest tonight has been studying the emails in the Epstein files. Jason Leopold at Bloomberg reports the emails, part of a cache of more than 18,000 obtained by Bloomberg News, show that Maxwell and Epstein were closer in many respects than either publicly admitted. Maxwell opened at least one foreign bank account using one of his addresses, was a named director on one of Epstein's main revenue-generating companies, and traded stock in a company they were both invested in, details that haven't been previously reported.
It's crazy that
the details in these emails show Ghislaine Maxwell lied to federal agents, which is the criminal equivalent of perjury, when Donald Trump's former criminal defense lawyer, now Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, went to Florida last month to have a friendly chat with Ghislaine Maxwell. On the recorded portion of their conversation, and we don't know how much was said when the recording wasn't on, but on the recorded portion of the conversation, which has been made public, Todd Blanche warned Ghislaine Maxwell that it would be a crime for her to lie to them in that conversation, but she did lie to them anyway.
Yeah, because she already in jail, dog. She gonna be there for a long fucking time if she don't get a pardon. Like, she is not at all. I bet you money that they're gonna commute her sentence, but they're not gonna do it in a way that it looks like they commuted her sentence. She's gonna just get out for fucking good behavior. That's what it's gonna be. Like, that is what is going to happen. They are just going to commute the sentence in a very, like, roundabout way. All of a sudden, Ghislaine Maxwell is going to be a star prisoner, and she's going to be allowed out early. That's what's going to happen, and ain't nobody going to prosecute her for lying during that fucking deposition. There's no way. Because they're all in on it. They're all connected. They're all a part of it.
Donald Trump doesn't want you to know that. Donald Trump did her the immediate favor of moving her to an easy, relaxed camp from the federal prison that she was in. And so Donald Trump doesn't want you to see the evidence of her perjury in these emails tonight that Bloomberg has obtained. Donald Trump wants to think about the possibility of releasing her from prison someday, and so he doesn't want any of this information out there. And Donald Trump is not going to prosecute her for the perjury that she committed in her conversation with Todd Blanche. And it is Donald Trump who decides who gets prosecuted by the Trump Justice Department. Bloomberg reports that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, quote, discussed undergoing a shared fertility procedure long after Maxwell claims she largely...
That was tough to read. I don't know if you guys watched that video. God, that was tough to read.
disassociated from him. They corresponded about discrediting women who raised allegations against them, including in one exchange where Maxwell said she planned to circulate compromising information on one of Epstein's sexual abuse victims. Maxwell has maintained she was kept in the dark about details of Epstein's initial sexual abuse case in the mid-2000s, yet the emails demonstrate...
Bullshit. She participated. Like, I don't have to say allegedly did that. She participated. She was convicted. She is a criminal. Like, the number of Epstein victims that have spoken out and said that Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't just a person that helped Epstein get these women, that she's also a person that abused these women. Like, it's insane to think that anybody out there with any amount of empathy at all for another human being could look at these victims and be like, they're obviously lying. What did they get out of it? What for they got for the rest of their life to be seen as assault victims? Is that a positive? Because I don't think it is. What did that do to their personal life, to their careers? It's fucking crazy.
Demonstrate her deep knowledge of the legal jeopardy he faced and show how she helped him strategize over even the most consequential details. Ghislaine Maxwell advised Jeffrey Epstein on the plea deal that he made in 2008 that instead of imprisoning Jeffrey Epstein as a sex trafficker and raper of children, allowed Jeffrey Epstein to continue to roam free and rape more children.
Yep.
Bloomberg reports Epstein wrote to Maxwell on May 23rd, 2008. Which one do you prefer, lewd and lascivious conduct or procuring minors for prostitution? At the time, he and his star-studded team of defense lawyers were closing in on a generous plea deal with federal and state officials in Florida, and Epstein was trying to negotiate the state charges to which he'd pleaded guilty. Maxwell's response was matter of fact. I suppose lewd and lascivious conduct. I would prefer lewd and lascivious conduct with a prostitute, if possible. That is the sex trafficking convicted criminal Ghislaine Maxwell advising Jeffrey Epstein about how to deal with his first round of criminal charges before she herself was convicted of sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison, which Donald Trump has now made a much lighter sentence by moving her to a much more pleasant surrounding and no doubt planning to release her from prison as a reward after the next presidential election, when Donald Trump's pardon spree will surely be something to behold. The federal prosecutor who knows...
Oh, that's a great point. Oh my God. On his way out the door. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. Oh, dude. And we're only like fucking 6-7 months into this? 8 months. 8 months into this? We're 8 months into this, and there's still 3.5 years, three and a quarter years. And then the pardon spree that's going to happen on his way out the door. Good God, it's going to make this first 8 months of pardons look like crazy. Donald Trump on his way out the door is going to make billions of dollars off of pardons. I'm going to just say that right now. Like, when that shit happens, bookmark this shit. Donald Trump's going to make billions off of fucking pardons on his way out the door.
More about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell than any other prosecutor in history was fired by Donald Trump and his Justice Department. Today, that fired prosecutor, Maureen Comey, sued Donald Trump for the...
Yeah, they fired the woman that prosecuted Epstein. How do MAGA Trump people make this okay? How do they do that? The fucking person that prosecuted him, they fired her. And you're okay with that? Like, that's so insane.
Illegal firing, saying in her lawsuits against Donald Trump, defendants have not provided any explanation whatsoever for terminating Ms. Comey. In truth, there is no legitimate explanation. Rather, defendants fired Ms. Comey solely or substantially because her father is former FBI Director James Comey, or because of her perceived political affiliation and beliefs, or both. The politically motivated termination of Ms.
Comey, who literally fucking destroyed Hillary Clinton's chances of getting elected. Like, Donald Trump should be putting up statues of fucking James Comey, dude. Donald Trump should be fucking giving James Comey hand jobs for the rest of James Comey's life, which I've heard is not going to be much longer. I'm sorry, James Comey. That's insane. It's insane. That's how petty this motherfucker is. He's so petty that the dude that helped him win the first election, he fired his daughter. That's crazy.
Comey, ostensibly under Article 2 of the Constitution, upends bedrock principles of our democracy and justice system. In her lawsuit, Maureen Comey said she was asked to join the prosecution team of a major public corruption case on July 15th. So obviously she was a prosecutor in good standing in the Justice Department on July 15th, but the next day, July 16th, she was fired. And the day after that, July 17th, the Wall Street Journal broke the story about the Epstein birthday book that includes a birthday letter from Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's signature on the letter.
I like that they say that that's not his signature, even though there's tons of fucking documents that are proving that, yes, it is his signature. But why the fuck would somebody fake a document from Donald Trump and then not copy his signature? Like, it's 2025. If they had wanted to copy the signature, they would copy the signature that he has now, not the one that he had used previously. Like, this is how dumb all this shit is if this was fake, they wouldn't use a signature that he would deny. If it was fake, they would have just fucking copied over his current signature onto this one and been like, see, it's him, there's his signature. But we all know this is his signature because at least I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a bunch of documents that he has signed with this specific signature. And as many people do, he changed his signature over time to the one that you see now. But once again,
I love the poorly educated.
And it appears to be exactly the same one-word Donald signature that I got on the one note that I ever received from Donald Trump in 2016.
There you go. The dude has one. The fucking guy that's telling the story right now. Yeah, exactly. DJ, right there. There you go. There it is. There it is. Like, this is how dumb this fucking timeline is you can show this shit to people. So it's like, okay, so it doesn't exist. That was the first thing. The letter doesn't exist. Okay, so then it's like, yeah, actually the letter does exist, but Donald Trump definitely didn't sign that shit. Okay. Then they show that not only the book does exist, but also Donald Trump did sign it. And then they say, oh, that's not Donald's signature. So then they show that it is Donald's signature. And then they say, oh, like it's not his signature. We're just not going to look at it anymore. That's how dumb this timeline is. It's fucking crazy.
Today, more than 20 Epstein and Maxwell survivors, including many who spoke publicly at the Capitol 2 weeks ago, are urging members of the Republican Women's Caucus to, quote, stand up against abuse of power and to take action to end the silence and speculation. In a letter obtained by ABC News to the caucus chairs, Republican Congresswoman Kat Cammack and Senator Katie Britt, the survivors requested a meeting with the Republican Women's Caucus. Their letter to the Republican women says, we are mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, and wives. We have sought justice for decades to no avail. We have denied the basic rights that should be afforded to every American citizen time and time again. The fact that it took this long for anyone to care about us is a true American tragedy.
Yeah, and that goes for everybody. That's not pointed at one side or the other. Like I said, like any and every administration that hasn't helped these women find justice is accountable for this shit. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
We stand together in pain and resilience, and we are asking for your help. We have a right to feel safe in this country. We have a right to know why a serial sexual predator was treated with more humanity than we have ever experienced from our own government. Remind us that America is a country that we thought it was when we were little girls, before we were let down repeatedly by our own government.
That is so fucking sad, man. And right now, Trump supporters are queuing up the victim blaming. Right now, Trump supporters are queuing up the crisis actors talk. Whether it's children being mowed down in schools or women being abused by powerful people in our government, these people are going to continue to defend them and to attack the survivors and the victims of these types of things. Whether it's school shootings or whether it's women being harmed, they are currently queuing up the excuses that these women are not survivors. They were not assaulted. These are all lies, and Donald Trump and the rest of his friends are being targeted by spiteful women that are looking to make money off of the backs of hardworking men in America. That's so fucking sad. And if that doesn't get to you, if it doesn't make you feel like this is fucking bullshit, like, then you're not a human being, man. Like, you're not a good person. You might be a human being, but you're not a good person. Like, you have no moral foundation to stand on when you blame the survivors of assault. And that's what they're about to do. Because it's the last ditch. You've dug as many trenches as you can and you're backed up to the beach. The last fucking place that they will dig and they will defend will be that they say that these women are liars and that this never actually happened to them. The very same people that called for justice for them will then change their entire story, all because they are brainwashed by the least fucking moral human being in this country. That's sad. Wow. That wasn't actually what I thought. I tried to join the Discord. It said invite invalid. Siren, can you share the Discord for people? I have to change my Discord message. I don't know how to run the Discord. I don't know how to Discord, guys. I'm sorry. All apologies. Here, actually, I'll pull it. Siren's been doing it for me because silence the best. But I will do this. How much time we got? 40 minutes left? We got to get Charlie in here, not Kirk. Moist Critical. We got to make sure we finish our show with a funny video. That's one thing that I've been trying to do lately, guys, is I don't want... Like, I've told you guys before, I don't even want to do politics, right? Like, it's not really my style. Like, I do this because, like, I think it's important right now to do it. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you, Siren. Either one of those will work. I'm sure. One of them will work. I don't like to do politics, man. I really don't. I know, like, a lot of you guys are like, but you've been doing it for like 2 years. I don't like doing politics. I think it's gross. I think I get the same feeling doing politics that people that join Hollywood get. I look around and I'm like, ew, is this what it is? This is gross. This is disgusting. I don't want to make money off of people. I will make money off of my jokes. That would feel good. Like, it would feel good to get on here and make jokes and to, you know, support my family and stuff off of that. That's great. That'd be great. But, like, it doesn't feel good, and not that I make any money, but it doesn't feel good getting on this channel and doing politics and making any money. It's really not a great place to be. I'd much rather be doing something else. The reason I'm saying all that is, like, I do want to continue to try to incorporate other things into this show, so that way people can not just live in this bubble of politics only, but also have, like, some fun and enjoyment still in their lives, and still realize that, like, life isn't specifically just about this. Like, that's actually what's becoming a problem in our society, is how much focus is going on this. Not everybody was meant to vote. I know some of my liberal friends are like, fuck you, but, like, there's a lot of people out there that probably shouldn't vote. They don't know a goddamn thing about what they're voting on. and I don't want to be a part of that problem. So, you know, I am going to try to contribute by bringing in some other stuff into the streams, and just like to try to help people stay mentally healthy and have fun, and also to remind people that there's just other stuff going on. Let's no tax on tits. Thank you, Mitchell. Mitchell knows the only policy that I really can get behind, and everybody else can as well, is no tax on tits. Women can get behind it. Men can get behind it. We all love boobies. All right? Look, gay dudes like boobies. All right? Like, that's a fucking verifiable fact. I can find you guys videos of gay dudes saying that they like boobies. It is 100% confirmable. Everybody loves boobies. All right? The young, the old, the poor, the rich. No tax on tits. That's going to be my slogan. The young, the old, the poor, the rich. No tax on tits. It's my slogan running in 2028. All right, so I wanted to watch this actually, and let's watch this because this is a throwback. Yeah, I told you, Redonk. It does big, small, doesn't matter. Fucking all are equal, dude. All are equal. So this is actually shared on my not on my Facebook, but in my Facebook feed. By a hip-hop artist named Sage Francis. I'm a big fan of Sage Francis. Every once in a while, I get to talk to Sage Francis on the Facebook, and that's always really fun. But he was talking about how crazy stuff was, and he was like, man, that really reminds me of this. He goes, I posted this 8 years ago, and this is actually from 16 years ago. So this was posted in 2009. So this is Obama's first year in office. And this was kind of the beginning of the Tea Party. And when we get all these people talking about like how like shitty the rhetoric is on the left and how they've caused all this violence and stuff, I want you to remember that this is from 16 years ago. 16 years ago. And I want you to hear what these people were saying back then. USA! That's what it was. Bury Obamacare with Kennedy. That's what that person's fucking sign says. Bury Obamacare with Kennedy. Holy shit. We got the Adolf Obama. Remember, guys? Remember all the people saying you shouldn't call Trump Hitler? You guys remember that? Like yesterday or this morning or this afternoon or like half an hour ago? You shouldn't call Trump Hitler, guys. Piers Morgan. Ted Cruz. Everybody, don't call Donald Trump Hitler. That is wrong. You are inciting political violence. Do you remember that? Pepperidge Farm definitely remembers. We shouldn't call presidents Hitler. This is from the Republicans. Remember that.
Abortion is a greater evil than taxes or slavery.
Remember, guys, do not incite violence. Don't incite violence, guys. The left perverts, lust, other gods. I like that one. Other gods. Murder, jealousy, pride. Don't demonize the other side. That's what they're telling you right now.
Than taxes or slavery. But if we do not repent, will we not be judged? Have we already not been warned? 9/11, it was our warning. Repent, turn back to God.
Right. It's right. That's right.
35% of the abortions are had by black American women.
Yes,
they only make up 12% of the population.
Guys, they're not racist. Look at that poor black lady. That black lady joined the Tea Party movement, and she just found out she is not wanted. Look at that lady. She's like, oh, shit. Ma'am, if you didn't look around yourself and see all of those white people and did not recognize that you were joining the wrong goddamn movement, this man just helped you recognize that.
Abortion in this country is the greatest Holocaust.
Bro, these people are the same people right now. These are the same fucking people. It's just a different generation.
Boycott Hollywood and all of the commies! McCarthy
McCarthy and John Wayne were right. Because Obama, a hyper-capitalist fucking establishment dim, a guy who opened the door to tech oligarchs to become the rich fucking billionaires they are today, was a communist. So apparently communism is successful. I've been wrong this whole time. I did not know that communism actually leads to billionaire tech oligarchs. Shit. Hold on. This is my favorite. Stop the spending or learn Chinese. My father-in-law, my father-in-law is still living back in the Tea Party Patriot days. Guys, I have a fantasy league that is named after the Teabaggers. That is how long this shit has been going on, okay? I called them the Teabaggers, and my father-in-law once saw the trophy to that, and he was very, very upset. Very upset at the fact that I had used a pejorative teabagger, which back then actually I thought was like kind of a compliment, because teabagging was like, it was hip, it was hot, is what it was in. Here you go. A revolution is brewing. We will not subsidize tyranny, violate our liberty at your peril. Keep pushing us. Find out what happens. Remember, guys, this is the non-violent side. This is the side that is completely against political violence. Remember that.
Phil, why you're out here today?
Well, I'm out here to...
Glenn Beck for president. Oh, this is taking me back. And look at the guy. Look who we're looking at here. You got a rhinestone ring. You've got a Native American animal bracelet. You got a little conch shell bead necklace. I'm telling you guys, when people say things like, no, you don't get it. Like, those people weren't ever on the left. Those people weren't ever Bernie bros. Those people never voted for Obama. They're lying to you. No, they did. These people didn't vote for Obama. But there are people that were hippies, and it all started in with the Good Earth catalog, Tech Bro, Steve Jobs, those kind of guys mixing with the hippies, and they created this weird fucking amalgamation that is known as MAGA now. Oh, thank you for the $5. Fantradeath. Fantradeath is my dark money. Thank you so much, Fantradeath. my dark money gets argued with all the time. At least you guys know that when I take money, I still fight back with the person that gave me $5. Uncompromised. Why do you think I keep telling people to go watch American History X? It's still that exact same rhetoric. It's the same in the 1990s as the 1930s. Yeah, and the crazy thing about American History X is obviously that I lived that life. I grew up with those people. I grew up with dudes with swastikas on their chests, on their stomachs, on their faces. Like, no, I'm 100% with you, fan. This time I'm not going to argue with you. This time I'm going to agree to your $5 compliment. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Change the government.
To stand up for God and our nation and preserve the land and our freedoms.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, guys. Let's just for a second, guys, just listen to this woman's voice.
Change the government.
To stand up for God and our nation and preserve the land and our freedoms for our children and our grandchildren. I'm out here for...
Guys, that is some Southern accent. That's the one that I use. Pelosi is a Jezebel. Pelosi is a Jezebel, guys. Remember, this is the party of that. They're totally not hateful. They're not hateful, guys. Obama is a fascist. You shouldn't call Trump a fascist. The right would never call people on the left fascist. Guys, you should never call Trump a fascist. They would never call somebody on the left a dictator, guys. Never, ever call Donald Trump a dictator. You're a terrible person because you call Trump a fascist and a dictator. They would never do that, guys.
Nation and preserve the land and our freedoms for our children and our grandchildren. I'm out here for
This kid is MAGA right now. Pelosi is a Jezebel.
Tax. I mean, he's raising the taxes like crazy, and we need freedom. We didn't vote for...
Let's look at this kid one more time. This is amazing.
Freedoms for our children and our grandchildren.
I'm out here for tax. I mean, he's raising the taxes like crazy, and we need freedom. We didn't vote for this health care that he planned. Because
I love the poorly educated.
Oh, we are so cooked.
We're tired of the spending, tired of the lies that are going on, and we wanted to...
Now Donald Trump has... How much has Trump added? Okay, so estimated costs believe that Donald Trump will have added like 13 to 15 trillion dollars to the national debt by the time he's out of office. At the time that these people were protesting, I believe the national debt was less than $9 trillion. So the national debt was less than everything that Donald Trump has contributed so far to the national debt. Holy shit, guys.
Take our country back.
And what are some of the lies and the spending that you have particular problems with?
The bailout. What other?
I've never been here before.
Oh yeah, guy with a cross. Still doing it. Definitely somebody's still doing that.
I just wanted to see the Capitol building, see the White House. I had no idea this was going to be going on.
That might be my dad.
Would you guys like to sign the cross? Come on.
Sign the cross! Oh my god. This is where it all started, guys. This has got like the fucking most intense beginnings of the flavor of MAGA right here, guys. Sign the cross.
Yeah.
So what are you coming out here necessarily to oppose?
He put a pad on it. What a pussy. Redog. He couldn't bear the cross. Oh, look, I told you guys. Look, like you guys wouldn't have believed that this guy was a Tea Party patriot. Like you guys would be fucking shitting on me right now if I didn't have visual evidence. Now this guy's going to say something that's completely not Tea Party.
What is your purpose here today?
Well, mainly it's the healthcare bill that's trying to get pushed through. I don't really feel that that's the government's job.
Yeah.
Fuck healthcare. Okay. Fuck healthcare. This guy probably died of cancer.
Can you tell me about the bills that are being proposed right now?
Not really.
I love the poorly educated.
Obama. Oh my god. Guys.
There won't be enough doctors to take care of the people that he wants to bring on.
Guys, there clearly isn't enough doctors, guys. Here we are 16 years later. We've ran out of doctors, guys. Were you guys here for the great doctor shortage of 2010?
I mean, we're going to be 200,000 doctors short.
200,000 short. Lines out the door, guys. The great doctor shortage of 2010.
So what should happen with these people without care?
A different plan.
Could a different
God's plan? They should die.
Plan produce more doctors?
No.
Not for people that are going to sit home, watch TV, or have 5 or 6 children and be on.
Oh, the rhetoric has never changed, fan. It never has changed, fan. Sitting at home watching TV with 5 or 6 children.
Welfare, it's not fair.
What do you think should happen with Medicare?
Wow. We're sitting here. This is ironic. She's also a Cowboys fan, it looks like. So that makes sense. Hold on. How do you have a Bears shirt on with a Red Sox hat and it looks like your mom's wearing a Cowboys shirt? Like, this is some bullshit. These people are confused. Her sign says, "It's so bad I almost miss Bill Clinton." We're all up here saying the same thing about Donald Trump and George Bush. It has came full circle, guys. I like that there's a Ron Paul flag in the background. How many years? How many years? Obamacare, it's your duty to die. Grab your gators. Oh,
you
my
may not
God,
want my
guys.
opinion. Abolish it.
Yeah.
Abolish it.
I was in healthcare for 20 years, and Medicare, as it is now, has worked very well, I think, for the populace.
And do you think we should expand it?
I think that there are it could be expanded to more of the population.
Like through the Affordable Care Act?
So tell me about this side.
Bury Obamacare with Kennedy. I mean, it sounds sarcastic, but we do need to bury that whole plan.
Do you think
that was not an explanation?
The Kennedy family would think it's funny.
Probably not.
RFK Jr. is just all up in that party now. RFK Jr.'s in the party that literally made fun of his family. God damn, son, this is crazy.
But they've done other stuff too, so, I mean...
Dude. This is fucking insane.
Well, what are some of those things? What are?
Well, I mean, I can't think of anything right off the bat.
He said they've also done stuff. Like what? I don't know, stuff. Who the fuck is Joe Wilson?
Joe Wilson, of course, yelled "You lie" out in the middle of the
oh, he was the "You lie" guy.
President's speech.
I had yelled it before he did a number of times.
This motherfucker. He said, I did it first. He stole my shtick.
And so when he finally said it, I thought somebody finally said it.
He did vote in the past to provide some health care level of health coverage for illegal immigrants, which makes what he yelled ironic.
Joe Wilson supported that?
2002,
yeah. I am not supporting Joe Wilson for president.
It seems as though, sir, the sign you have contradicts the fact that you are supporting Joe Wilson for president. It seems like you indeed are endorsing Joe Wilson for president. Angela, I as well was very disappointed when Ross Perot didn't win. I also I didn't vote for Ross Perot, but I think I was too young to vote actually at that point. I don't think I was 18. But I wanted Ross Perot to win because I like graphs and I like numbers and statistics, and I was very happy to see that Ross Perot understood numbers. And then when he lost, Bob Dole, goddamn Bob Dole, fucking Bob Dole, man. Bob Dole says, but he did in fact keep Bob Dole from winning, so I was pretty happy about that.
It hasn't even been a year yet, and he's already destroyed like most of the country. I mean, come on, that's crazy.
Sounds familiar.
He's absolutely out of his mind.
What do you think here? We have that he's the Antichrist.
It mentioned his name in the Bible.
Dude, they should bring these people into 2025 and show them Trump. Like, that shit would be amazing. They need to find these people and ask them what they think about Trump right now.
I think it was under Hebrew, but it stated Barack Obama, and they took his name and they separated his name, and they deciphered it, and Barack Obama in its content means Antichrist.
Solid. Good investigative work. Solid.
Obama has no emotion.
His mother was white.
The guy with white hair in a white suit that's really white saying that, it just makes the whole thing funny.
So he's not an African American, but he...
Fuck me. Oh, guys.
Oh, look at my African American over here. Look at him.
Oh, does this not sound familiar, guys?
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Does that sound familiar? They're still using the same argument 16 years later.
He's going that way because that pays off for him.
The Nazis had the brown...
Oh, dude, you shouldn't call them Nazis. Guys, remember, don't call Trump or anybody on the right Nazis, because they would never use rhetoric like that the left is full of Nazis, guys. Like, you guys are assholes for calling the right a bunch of Nazis when they've never, definitely never, ever called the left Nazis.
Shirts. Okay, Obama has proposed, and I keep hearing him talk about it. He wants to have a nation of, 2 million citizen army, armed as well as the army?
Well, he's talking about an army of volunteers to do volunteer work, right?
If they're going to be armed...
Well, I don't think they're going to be armed with weapons.
They're going to have shovels. and bags. Literally, that's what we're doing right now. The National Guard is walking around picking up trash, ma'am.
Weapons.
Be armed as well as the army is.
What I'm saying is that Hitler was a good speaker. He turned a lot of people on with his eloquent speech.
Guys, you definitely should not refer to Donald Trump as Hitler because it incites political violence.
And so is our current president.
What do you think, in your view, what is fascism here? What are you trying to tell us with your sign?
Well, if fascism is a form of socialism, I would believe.
No, that's not true. So many people, like I just was, this guy was saying the other day, it's like in Mein Kampf, he literally says that he uses the Socialist Party as a way to get people to, he calls it the Nationalist Socialist Party as a way to get people to join up that wouldn't normally do so. Socialism and fascism are directly opposed to each other. They're like literally fucking conflicting ideologies.
I mean, they're all intertwined. Communism, fascism, socialism.
I don't think this guy understands isms.
They all have a little bit of each. They borrowed from each other.
Fire those wacky czars. Now, tell me about the concern over czars.
We don't need no stinking czar.
Oh, somebody should tell Trump about this. Somebody should let Trump know that his people don't like czars. Because they really, really fucking like czars now.
I'm opposed to czars.
I want people to know what is a czar. You know, what...
She said, what's a czar? Are we in Russia? Fuck, we need these people to be brought to now. Like Donald Trump is best friends with Russia. And all these people were so scared of Russia.
What are they? You know, they're a Russian king.
They do have a lot in common. You're right. Try plugging it in. They all do, in fact, end with ism. You are correct. They all are the same.
King. Here, Jesus is our king.
Hey, there's some consistency. Also, what is up with that cross on the bottom? That's not a very good cross. That looks more like a plus sign. That's much more like a cactus. Redonk, is that a cactus on the bottom or is that a cross?
You guys share some of the concerns about czars? Or?
Yes, well, I don't even know why Obama appointed a czar. What are they doing? Czar came from Caesar in the Roman times.
Is that true? I need to... Did she just fucking impart some knowledge on me, dog? Did she just drop some knowledge on me? I'm not going to repeat that until I look it up.
And then Russian czar.
Yeah.
This is America.
Wait, how do the Russians and Julius Caesar, what do they have to do with each other?
We don't have czars in America.
Well, you have any thoughts?
And, well, the czars, we don't know who they answer to. We don't know.
Oh, these people are rolling around in their graves right now. They are rolling around so hard in their graves right now as Trump is like fucking waxing Putin's fucking dong. Because they all died of COVID, guys. That's a definite.
How much they're being paid. We don't know what their jobs are.
Job czar? Did you say you don't know what the job czar? Oh, thank you for the $2 fan. That's the Red Scare effect. They're so ignorant. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just making jokes this time, fan.
Take a picture of my shirt.
I am a natural-born citizen. The citizenry has a duty to perform a citizen's arrest. If that man tries to arrest me, I am going to push him down. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't mean to be an asshole. All right? But if that guy tries to citizen's arrest me, I'm breaking his hip. I'm pushing him down. There's no fucking way that guy's arresting me. I can't have that on the internet, guys. I can't have myself being subdued by that man. I got to fight back. I like that there's a sign in the back that says Compost Congress with the recycling thing on it. God, this is such a weird movement. I'm telling you, the hippies got involved. This is where it all went bad, guys.
It's actually, the first czar in the United States was appointed by Ronald Reagan.
Donnie Bone Spurs is Putin's bottom bitch. Indeed, Raymer. Indeed.
Does anyone find a concern with that?
What did you say?
Was appointed by...
Picture of my shirt.
It's actually, the first czar in the United States was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Does anyone find a concern with that?
Fuck, Muriel. Muriel says the word Czaro is borrowing from Russian, originally referring to the Emperor of Russia. It is related to the German word Kaiser, which descended from the name of the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar. God damn it, that woman just dropped knowledge on me. I just learned a trailer park fact, guys. And being from the trailer park, I can tell you that every person that grows up in the trailer park knows one thing that is worth knowing. We all do. We come loaded up with one quote or random fact that every person should know. And she just dropped it right on me. That was amazing. See this one more time.
Sure. It's actually the first czar in the United States was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Does anyone find a concern with that?
Only due to ignorance. I've never heard that.
Yeah, he appointed a drug czar. Czars were expanded under George W. Bush. There were actually a few more czars appointed under George W. Bush.
Look at these people.
Were you guys...
Dude, look at them. Look at that right there. There is no better time for this.
I love the poorly educated.
Those are my people.
aware of that?
We just don't know who they answer to.
What's the concern if they have no one to answer to?
We don't know what their power is. We don't know what are they going to start doing. Are they going to be given land?
And this is what she does with her fact. She had one fact, guys. She knew about the czars and Caesar and shit. And this is where she went with it. Like, what kind of powers do the czars have? Can they shoot lasers out of their eyes? Can they fly? Are they really strong? Or are they going to get given some land? Oh my God, we don't deserve to survive. Oh my God, humanity has not done enough to prove itself. Holy shit.
And then power over the government when...
Now, all of the czars that have been appointed, whether under Ronald Reagan, whether under George W. Bush, or whether under Barack Obama, actually have no executive powers, no administrative powers. They only
Yeah, like czar is such a dumb thing. It's not even real.
only act as advisory committees.
She's got nothing. She's got nothing.
I love the poorly educated.
Obama. Oh shit, guys, this is amazing. I need to just spend a whole night watching fucking old Tea Party videos. I think we're gonna have to do that at one point, guys.
I just don't think we should have.
You know this, Hal?
God damn. That caught me off guard. Oh fuck, let's go back. God, czars were big during the Tea Party.
I just don't think we should have.
You know this, Hal?
The czars in the Obama administration are only advisory roles.
They're called books, sir. They're called books.
They actually have no executive power.
That I don't know.
We appoint them to start advising anyone. Who are they advising? The president, our government official?
God, the fact that we've gone full czar at this point is just so ironic.
Well, we've had advisors for our presidents for a long time. I think the concern is in large part due to the terminology which began under Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning a lot more about the Republicans also.
Oh, shit! It's all this kid's fault! Oh my God, it's all this kid's fault! This is where it all began, guys! This is fucking patient zero! That woman right there being like, you know what, actually, Republicans are bad too. Holy shit, Billy, I think I just realized all parties are the same. This is patient zero, guys. Her right there. She is what, like, Republicans can trace back the destruction of their party at the hands of Donald Trump to this lady right here. I'm going to call her Brenda. That woman looks like a Brenda. Brenda was patient zero, guys. Oh, shit.
I've always been a Republican. I think that's changing.
Well, I think
patient zero?
Thank you, Glenn Beck.
Well, because this wouldn't have happened without Glenn.
Ooh, good idea. Let's go through some Trump rally footage and see how many of these folks we can find. It's Karen. Karen, that's a good call, too. Look at that picture of Barack Obama in the background, dude. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God.
Beck. Do you like Glenn Beck?
I love Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck is such a logical thinker.
All that stands in the way of universal health care in America are the greed of the medical industrial complex, the lies of the right-wing propaganda machine, and the gullibility of voters who believe those lies. Let's not let volume beat reason. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. But, yeah, we lost. We lost. I actually we let this young man down. We let this young man down, guys. We let that young man down so hard. Holy shot, guys. All right, we got to end the show with Short Guy Freaks Out Over Hills. Although that was a pretty fun...
My friend sent me something.
Whoops. That was a pretty fun one to end on anyways. But in fact, actually, yeah, let's just end it there. Because it is 8 and it's time for me to get off anyways. We'll do Charlie. We'll do Charlie tomorrow on Too Much Volume. Which one? Which one had too much volume? He sounded like the guy from Deliverance. Is it me? Am I being super loud? Is my mic super loud? Your $2 is confusing me. Try plugging it in. Should I try plugging it in? Or are the videos too loud? All right. Yeah, a couple of minutes to tell me which one before I get off of here. I hope that I do give you guys a place to go, where you guys can come to get away from the craziness, to realize that even though this stuff is very important and we should take it seriously, that we can talk shit and have fun and still stay mentally healthy. That's the real task in all of this, guys. Oh, thank you for the $2, fan. The fall of the Republicans was McCarthyism. That was the start. I agree with that. Oh, from the quote, too much volume of Dumbos. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Thank you. Try plugging it in. I hope that you guys come here and you guys get a little relief from everything, because that is we have to outlast this. You have to outlast this, and the only way you're going to outlast this is to stay mentally healthy. When we look at what happened with those people in that video, we clearly see where the decline mentally began. Where all of the conspiracy theory and the mental illness and the fear and the anger and the hate began. And we have to remember that if we want to make it through this and have anything worth wanting to keep after this, we have to stay sane. We have to continue to try to think logically, to think critically, and to make decisions for the futures of those around us that are positive and beneficial. You can't let all this stuff take you to the place that those people allowed all that stuff to take them to. So I just want to remind everybody here that we're going to disagree on some things. You guys, some of you, when I said I'm not going to be the person, covering Palestine and Israel, there's other people that are much better at that. Some of you guys are you should be. I disagree with you. I don't think I'm the person to do it. And that's okay. That is where we should be, is you guys should have opinions of something and I should have opinions of something, and we should be able to have conversations surrounding those things and still be able to walk away from this with the attitude that we're all on the same side and we still have the same fundamental values and we're still working towards it. And that's part of staying healthy and sane, is because when you do start to go a bit crazy, you do start to take it out on the people around you that are in support of you and that do believe the same things as you do. That's kind of part of the decline. So part of it is not just taking care of your mental health, but also being careful and also taking care of the mental health of the people around you as well, as we all impact each other, as we all are interconnected. So keep each other healthy, give each other good advice, and stay positive and stay healthy. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Yeah, sane-ish. And my next show will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. on This Space TV, and I will also be streaming it over on this channel as well. I will not be able to talk as much to chat on this side as I do on that side, because generally I have the other one up. All right, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys.